Hello, and welcome, people. We're here to watch Strickland versus Du Plessis. I'm really interested in this fight. Really pumped to watch this fight. I'm a big fan of both of them, man. I'm a big fan of Strickland, to be honest with you. My heart's with Strickland. My heart is with Strickland. And also on top of that, I think that he'll get it done. I do think that he'll get the job done. Just give me 1 second. G'day, Fab from WA. How are you, sir? How you doing, Rob McKenzie? Does Strickland have a fighting nickname? He does. It's Tarzan. He got that when he was younger and he had long hair. So I've got to just see if I can get this up on my phone because I don't know if this is going to work. I have to go backwards and forwards between the fights and the questions here. Kenny says, let's go. We're back, sir. Pumped for this card, actually. Not for the whole card. I'm not going to lie to you. The whole card, not so much. But for Du Plessis Strickland fight and the Chris Curtis fight. I'm a big fan of Chris Curtis. So I am pumped for that one in particular, but I'm not so much the card itself. It's not. Sometimes the fights end up being really cool, but the card itself, not so much. I'm not going to lie to you. Just looking up a few things here. But yeah, I'm really, really pumped for that particular fight. Arnold Allen versus Evloev. That's going to be a good fight. I'm actually pretty excited for that one. Neil Magny versus Mike Malott. Not particularly. I don't know that Magny's going to get past Malott, to be honest with you. I think that that's a little bit of a, like a coming of age fight for Malott. The girls, man, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't really follow the girls MMA that much. So I can't really tell you who's going to win out of Pennington and Bueno Silva. Strickland versus Du Plessis. I think if it's early, it's going to be Du Plessis. If it's late, it's going to be Strickland, I think. And Strickland has a chance of stopping him as well. Let's not kid ourselves. Kenny says, let's go. Let's go. We back. He says, stay hydrated, Fab. I heard it's blazing over there. It is 35 degrees. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and 35 degrees Celsius here. So that's pretty hot. 35 degrees Celsius is pretty hot because I live right on the coast, man, like right on the water. And so 35 degrees is pretty hot right on the water. Bodybuilding News says, this was the first card in a while. I didn't know anyone not on the main card. Yeah, it's one of those things, eh? It's not a crazy card. Like I kind of know who these guys are, but it's not like a big it's not the card that it could be, I think, SG says, greetings from the Scotiabank Arena, Fab. Canadians are not as nice as they seem. I've never, you know what, man? I'll be honest with you. I don't know if it's because we're all part of the Commonwealth, etc. But I've never interaction with Canadians, like where I felt the Canadians were super nice. I've never felt that. Like I've always seen them kind of like a mix between Australians and Americans. Out of all of those people, honestly, in my travels, like I want to shit on the Americans, I do, but in all my travels, I've always found the Americans to be, like, when I say Americans, I mean from the United States. Obviously, Canadians are Americans. But people from the United States, I've always found them to have the nicest manners and to be the most personable ones, to be honest with you. I want to say it was other people, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? Like I'd love to be able to give horror stories, but in my just me personally, the US guys have always been really nice. Like I've never think, and the Canadians have always been a bit weird, man, when I've met them. And I met a lot of Canadians, because I worked with the Australian national team with wrestling and with a few other sports. And in particular with wrestling, I'd come across a lot of the Canadians. And they weren't bad guys. They weren't bad. They were just kind of like on a bit of a different frequency. Whereas the Americans are always pretty cool, I have to say. And I think that's probably got a lot to do with the media, the Australian media and all of that has so much influence from the US, I suppose. And so they're not that big of a difference, I think that's probably explains it. Kenny says, true, I never understood where the Canadians are nice stereotype came from, especially French Canadians. SG says, yep, you're probably right. The people next to me are booing the winner and the loser. I don't know what to think. Alex says, how are you, Alex? Alex says, hey, Fab, can't wait to hear your breakdown of the main fight. Man, we did a breakdown about on the lies, dirty lies, and statistics, where we broke it down statistically and gave our opinion. But basically, in a nutshell, I think that and anything can happen in a fight. People say Sean doesn't hit hard, but he hits hard enough, dude. And he dropped Israel, which is very fucking rare, man. To drop Israel the way he dropped him is thing, and it's testament to how durable Israel is. Where he's had 100+ fights, only ever been stopped twice, and that's by the hardest hitting guy around, probably, maybe ever. So the way Sean hits hard enough is what I'm trying to say. And he's got some stoppages, man. Like, he's got some stoppages in his fights. So don't underestimate how hard he hits. He doesn't look like he's got that. He hasn't got that one-stop shop Francis Ngannou power, but he'll hit you hard enough. And I think he's probably learned a lot from that Cannonier fight. I felt that he won against Cannonier, but I'm not against the decision. I don't think it was enough to call it a robbery or anything. I don't even I thought Sean won, but I don't disagree with the decision. But I think if he had just exploded a little bit with a bit more volume at the end of every round, and I think that that's probably one of the things that he's learned from that, yeah, he'll steal the rounds. Kenny says the crowd seems very lively, though. Rob McKenzie says Strickland seems to be annoying the UFC brass with his words, but I wouldn't. Oliver Ekman says, Fab, how are we? We are good, sir. How are you? Oliver Ekman says, at SG, are you there? I wonder if I can do something crazy here. Yeah, I am. No, I think that, yeah, and I think Du Plessis is a monster. He's what he is. I just don't know that he's going to get it done in the later rounds. He does have, like we were talking about when we did the breakdown, he does have that very, very high strike differential, and he has the most significant strikes, but we're talking about 3-round fights in the UFC, not 5-round fights, which is Sean's bread and butter. That's where I think Sean is a 5-round fighter, and I think where he really comes alive is in the 5 rounds, not necessarily in 3-round fights. So I do think that's going to matter in this fight a lot. Kenny says, yeah, he's at Scotiabank Arena. Oliver Ekman says, sweet. Probably can't hear Fab laughing my ass off. But he's there, man. He's there. Now, and the UFC does put on amazing events, One of the things that I do regret, fucking regret is a strong word. One of the things that I would have liked to have experienced would have been one of the Pride mega cards. I think that would have been so cool. But I've been there for some massive UFC events, and I've been in the corner for some massive UFC events. So that's pretty cool as well. But I've always been a huge fan of Pride. So, that's always like the one that got away from me. I would have loved to have experienced that. And talking about Movsar Evloev, who's he's a monster. He's a real legit monster. And Alan, who I think is a very, very, very good fighter. Very, very, very nice fighter. I'm very impressed by him. I'm not sure how this fight would go. Let me think about it a little bit. He's a master of sport in Greco-Roman wrestling. He's got a win over Diego Lopez, and I really, really, really rate Diego Lopez. In fairness, that fight for Diego Lopez, I think, has really aged well. I think that Movlev finds ways to win. He's a very, very good fighter. The master of sport in Greco-Roman wrestling is very, very impressive. Generally what that means, and in a country like Russia where wrestling is such a massive thing, you're talking about a very, very high level. Master of sports in Greco-Roman wrestling means that he medaled at national level in wrestling, which is no joke in Russia. So this is, you can pretty much beat a lot of other people. Kenny says, I'm alert on Strickland's walkout. Very curious on his mentality going into this. You can't, honestly, man, people say that, but it's always revisionist history. Like it always is. You know, people say that and they go, oh, he did this or he did that in the walkout and da 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 da. But if you see it, like it doesn't really mean anything, dude. He's looked nervous and terrified and everything, and then gone out and won. You know, unless you're dragging him out and he doesn't want to be there and he's like looks emaciated, then we can look at it. But otherwise, it's too hard to say. Rob McKenzie says a close decision will result in a DDP win for sure. Oliver Aikman says, what do you mean? At Kenny says, just all the stuff that DDP and people have been saying about him. Wonder if it got to him. Dude, you know, people don't understand. Like these guys have been through, like you've been through a lot of stuff. You know, it's not, he'll be fine, mate. He will be fine. It's just that this time it's, you know about it, you know, we know about it, but they've been through enough, you know. One of the things when you're looking at these decisions, you've got to understand it's a 10-point must system per round. And I've watched fights before where like guys will have 3 close rounds, right? So say I'm fighting person X and I have 3 close rounds at the start, right? But they're enough. They could have gone either way, but I won those 3 rounds. But then you won round 4 and 5 clearly. So in the audience's eyes, you won. It was rounds 4 and 5. The other 3 rounds you weren't sure, but I won them. The judges saw that I won them, and you win. This happens, man. That doesn't necessarily make it a robbery. That's why it's hard. 10-point must system is hard, and it's the same thing when people say, "Well, you should judge the entirety of the fight," like Pride. But I don't know if people. I'm a huge Pride fan, but people look at it with nostalgia, whereas like there was heaps of decisions that were iffy in Pride because what you think will win a fight overall, even how you interpret the criteria is not the same. Evloev is just making his entrance here into the octagon. I'm looking like it's grown on me, the card automatically, but I'm a big fan of Chris Curtis, man. I always root for Chris Curtis. I always go for him. Rob McKenzie says there will be one scorecard that no one can explain. Happens all the time. Yes, sir. I agree with that. Oliver Ekman says, Rob McKenzie, that's like saying the sun will come up tomorrow. Oh, you crazy, man. I think that I'll probably got Evloev for this fight, to be honest with you, versus Allen. I like Allen. I think these guys are both entering their prime. He's got a really nice, nice resume behind him. But I just think that they both find ways to win. I'm not like let's be real, but I'd probably lean a little bit towards Evloev, a little bit. Maybe that's just because I wrestled and I grapple and I'm just a little. I like them both. I really do like them both. But if I have to guess, I think Evloev will get it done. I do think that. Yeah, I think he's going to get it done in this particular fight. Arnold Allen is about to step into the cage. They're big they look really big. They look very muscular for featherweights, these two. Kenny says, I got Allen on this. He's a tank. Man, I can't disagree with you either. I picked Evloev, but yeah, I can see picking Brendan Allen. I think Brendan Allen's a bit of a monster himself. I can't really that's more like a gun to my head thing. I just think Oliver Aikman says, I completely forgot Allen was on this card. Bodybuilding News says, have you seen the video of Daniel Cormier undercutting the guy twice in Russia? No. What do you mean by undercutting? Kenny says, we will rock you. What do you mean, Bodybuilding News? I don't like Allen's running style in the cage. I just like everyone to know that. I feel like he could have better running style. We're about to start, people. We're about to start. Strickland versus Du Plessis. I'm really looking forward to that main event. Underhooks. Bodybuilding News says wrestling guy and the guy undercut hits him sneak and DC outright undercuts him twice. Do you mean uppercuts him? Bodybuilding News says the match kept going. It's crazy. I haven't seen it. Bodybuilding News says I just saw it for the first time today, but it's old. Oliver Ekman says uppercuts. DC looked jacked, says Bodybuilding News. Cooper Merritt says you see Tavares versus City. Good fight. Would recommend going back. I haven't seen that fight. Did you mean Tavares versus DDP? Because I've seen Tavares versus DDP. Yeah, that's another fight that makes me look at that and think like why I would pick Sean. I just felt that Tavares hit him a lot, dude. Tavares hit DDP a lot. A lot. But also DDP looked pretty tight. I've seen him get hit a fair bit, you know what I mean? Where with shots that I've seen him have trouble with certain fighters. You know what I mean? That makes me think that that Sean can get this done. Oh no, I haven't seen that Cooper Marion. I just got in. Bodybuilding News says DC is in Chechnya or Dagestan, and that uppercuts a guy in his home country. You know what? I haven't seen that, but I've heard of it. Not just from you. I've heard DC talking about it actually. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start. I know there's 0 ladies listening to this, but yeah. Okay, we're off. There's a glove touch in the middle, and Allen in the southpaw stance, and Evloev is in the orthodox stance. Both men are feeling each other out with the jabs. Brendan Allen's trying to get his foot outside of the lead foot of Evloev. Front kick down the middle by Evloev. Good job by him. I'm going to call him Mobsar. It's easier for me to say it. He's using that right kick, which is a very clever thing to do in these situations against a southpaw. Brendan looks... Oh, right. High kick by Mobsar. Evloev's impressing me with his stand-up. I actually thought Brendan Allen would get the jump on him, and he might as the fight progresses. But Evloev's doing a good job with him, man. Nice left hand by Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen now touches him with a jab. And I do believe that if Brendan Allen can get his rhythm going, he has the better stand-up of the two. And he looks significantly bigger, does Brendan Allen versus Evloev. He may not be bigger. He may just be how it looks here. But, yeah. That was a nice right high kick from Mobsar Evloev. I did not expect him to have it in him to throw it like right off the bat like that. Just against Brendan Allen more than anything. 3:32 to go in round 1. Brendan Allen still pouring out with a jab. Oh, nice left to the body by Allen. Evloev does the right thing by jumping into that space, not capitulating the distance on Brendan Allen, so not giving Allen just the control that he would like to get and get a rhythm going. But again, with a left rip to the body by Brendan Allen. I'm really impressed by that. And the way he's found a home for it. Now, the next one's coming high, I would imagine. That was really nice. Evloev is in deep on a single leg. He's a Greco-Roman specialist. Remember this, not necessarily a lower body wrestler. He's not a freestyle wrestler. He's a Greco-Roman wrestler, and he's in the clinch now, and he's got the clinch in against the cage. Remember, this is a high-level Greco-Roman guy. But it's going to be hard to, someone of the grappling ability of Brendan Allen for Evloev to be able to connect his hands, and he's doing a great job, is Allen, of controlling that wrist. So it makes it hard for Evloev to connect his hands. At the same time, Movsar's doing a great job of holding Brendan Allen up against the cage. Brendan Allen did a good job of leaning into Evloev, so just his bum was on the wall. A nice little jab by Evloev. Again, low. He's going low again with that jab. Oh, nice little jab by Evloev. Answers. Oh, big power by Brendan Allen. Misses. Brendan Allen again looking for the jab. Nice. Holding that lead hand low is Brendan Allen. Allows him to get good distance and be quite deceptive with that jab. Big right hand by Evloev. Nice work. Very impressive from both guys. 1:53 to go in this round one. At this stage of the game, I cannot judge this fight. I don't know. Oh, nice right high kick by Movsar. Brendan Allen. I can't say either one of these guys has really gotten the jump on the other guy. A couple of big shots landed by Allen. Nice little jab there by Evloev as he evades the left hand of Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen again pouring with his jab. Nice right hand and a left hook just misses by Evloev. Man, Evloev's a bit of a problem, man, because what I can see just from this fight, I mean, I've seen him fight before, but I'm saying when you're looking at this fight, especially someone the caliber of Brendan Allen, I would have thought Brendan Allen would have the greater advantage. Nice! Double leg shot takes the back of Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen in the high parterre position, does a Granby roll, gets back to his feet, gets taken back down again with 56 seconds to go, back into the high parterre position. Here's Brendan Allen, does a Granby roll, and still Evloev is stuck to him like glue. Very, very nice job. Brendan Allen again with a Granby roll, and again with great scrambling ability does Evloev, as you can expect from someone with a master of sport in Greco-Roman wrestling, to have that level of athletic ability and ability to float and maintain. 30 seconds to go in this round. Without much else having happened, I do believe you're going to give this round to Evloev. I mean, it's not that nothing else happened. It's just that it was pretty even on the feet. Like, I can't say either one of them really got off on the other one. And now Evloev is just kind of throwing him around with 9 seconds to go. This looks very good for him in the judge's eyes. And Evloev's going to take this round. That's the end of round one. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm impressed. I'm impressed by both guys, but that level of grappling by Evloev is fucking scary, especially when he's got, like, hit hard, you know? Oh, do I keep calling him Brendan Allen? Do I do that? It's Arnold Allen. I'm sorry, guys. They both got first names for names. So I'm going to... Rob McKenzie says, I identify as a purple belt with white belt skills. Cooper Marion says, my pronouns are Arnold Allen. So Cooper Marion says, stop dead naming him, Fab. Yes, have I been calling him Brendan Allen? I'm a mess of a human, aren't I? My apologies, people. It's Arnold Allen. I'm so impressed by Evloev's wrestling, man. I mean, like I said to you, master of sport in Greco-Roman wrestling means you finished top 3 in Russia. International master of sport means you had a podium finish at an international level. And so podium finisher in Russia in Greco-Roman wrestling is a big deal, a very, very big deal. We're off, people. We're off. Again, Brendan Allen pouring with a jab. Inside leg kick by Evloev. Did I call him Brendan again? I can't see the clock up on my screen. Allen goes looking for a big left hand. 4:26 to go in round 2. Now it's up. 23, 21, 20, 19, 18. Brendan Allen again goes with a jab, then goes for that rip to the body. Jab up high. Evloev's faking his level shoots. So he's changing his level, and looking for a right hand at the end of it, but Allen counters with the left hand. Evloev with a little jab over the top of Arnold's left hand. Of Arnold's lead hand, rather, I should say. which would be his right hand. There again goes Evloev looking for the right high kick. Arnold Allen looks like he threw a left high kick that may have partially landed on Evloev. Nice right kick to the body by Evloev. Nice little right hand by Movsar Evloev. Both guys not capitulating any space in the center of the octagon. Both guys doing a fantastic job. Right hand by Evloev. Again goes looking for that right high kick, does Evloev. 3 minutes to go. 3:05 to go in the second round. I think, I'm not judging the fight, but I think Evloev won the first. Evloev switches to southpaw himself. Then switches back to orthodox. He's a put-together dude, is Evloev. Nice single leg by Evloev. Great finish on that single leg. Very nice work. Very, very, very nice work. And now he's in half guard. Brendan Allen does a fantastic job. Arnold Allen does a fantastic job of getting back to his feet. He's elbowing from the back. Evloev sweeps his feet out from underneath him. He's stuck to his back. Allen's doing a great job of throwing some elbows there to not let Evloev have it all his way. But the control is all Evloev's at the moment. Good little elbows by Allen. Then a switch to a single leg is Evloev. Switches back. He's got good control up against the cage. Reverse crossface from Arnold Allen. He's doing a great job of reverse crossfacing and trying to control the wrist. Looking for a ninja choke there is Allen. There's nothing doing. Now the hand control they're fighting for. Evloev seems to have a control of the wrist. Allen does a great job. He breaks off. 1:41 to go in the second round. Right hand thrown by Evloev. Nice right kick. Doesn't really land by Evloev. And it's just interesting. I mean, the people can disagree with how they saw the first round go. I don't know, but it's just interesting how people see the fight, you know. That's just how I saw it. I saw Evloev winning that first round. Oh, nice flying knee by Evloev. Brendan Allen looks good in moments, and he could land something big. But in general, I think he's having a problem dealing with when Evloev kind of like just jumps on him and starts wrestling that transition. He deals with it once Evloev is wrestling. Like he's actually got good defense in that, but he can't stop him from doing it. But he's landed these rips to the body now. He's landed like 4, I believe. Oh, he might have. Oh, it looks like Evloev has hurt Allen. Allen is in trouble. Allen looks like to be in a little bit of trouble, but hits him with a nice right hand, does Allen. But Allen looks like he might be in a little bit of trouble here. With 27 seconds to go. Oh, nice kick to the body by Evloev. Goes looking for a right hand. From here, looked like he dropped him or kind of wobbled him. I think he did. Oh, he goes looking for a right high kick, does Evloev. 10 seconds to go. Yeah, he definitely hit him. He definitely hurt him. He's bleeding from the face. Is Allen. I believe it's going to be 2 in the bag for Evloev. 2 rounds to none, I believe, at this stage. I could be wrong. Bodybuilding News says Master of Sports means they won a national contest, correct? I follow a bunch of written gymnasts and former Masters of Sport in Soviet countries on Instagram. I believe that a Master of Sport is they had a podium finish at nationals in Russia or the other Soviet countries, which is, it's a big deal. It's a really big deal. Joseph says, I think Allen Iverson lost that first round. Joseph says, I found a new drinking game coach. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Rob McKenzie says, did you get your stream from UFC app? I heard it's changed to KO. KO. And Kenny says, Brendan Allen. I've been calling this poor guy Brendan Allen the whole time. I apologize, guys. I apologize. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Master of Sport. International Master of Sport is a podium finish at international level, and Master of Sport is a podium finish at a national level. Yeah, so And again, if you understand, like say Russian sports like gymnastics and stuff like that, it's big deal. It's a big deal. They're so good at those particular sports. We're about to start again, guys. We're about to start again. We're off. There's a glove touch in the middle. 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, and we're off. Nice left hand by Allen. Oh, nice little uppercut as Evloev came in by Allen, but I do believe he's 2 rounds down, and he needs to finish to win this fight, or he needs to finish this. I can't see unless he flogs him and gets a draw. That's the best he can hope for at this stage. Nice inside kick by Evloev, but Evloev looks so good. Oh, he's hit him. He landed those shots flush on Evloev. Evloev's showing off a fantastic chin, man. I thought he really hurt him. Nice, lands a little jab, does Evloev. Man, I thought Allen hurt him. He probably hurt him, but what a chin on him, man, because those shots landed flush. They're exchanging. 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes now to go. It was 4:05 when I said it, but yeah. Brendan Allen, a nice inside kick by Evloev. As I was about to say, Brendan Allen's doing a good job of coming in forward, and Evloev just kicks him in the inside leg. Nice exchange again. The left rib to the body by Allen. Nice little right hand by Evloev. Arnold Allen's looking really, really good in this round at this stage, at this point. Oh, there's a little left hand again by Allen, finds its mark. Nice single leg. He's in on the single leg attempt is Evloev. Allen does a fantastic job of defending it. Looking for the knees to the head and shoulder of Evloev. The ref calls it because he definitely did have his hands on the ground. He had his hand on the ground. And he's cut Evloev. This is going to be interesting because Evloev was definitely winning this fight, but now he's been cut open. I don't know if his nose has been broken as well. His hand was definitely on the mat. There's no, Allen was doing a good job of trying to lift the hand. His hand's on the mat, 100%. I think his hand got lifted when he need him, Boom. That's 3 points on the ground. And the problem is there's different rules in different places. So it's a bit hard for the fighters as well. But the refs and that do come in and tell you before the fight. But if you've misunderstood that in your training camp, you're fighting a wrestler, it's tough as well. In fairness, Arnold Allen has to get him out of there, though, if you know what I mean. Brendan Allen. Round, so it's 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Evloev looking very stoic. Allen is having to explain to him not to do that to people, and that if he keeps doing that, he's going to have to go home and he's not allowed to play with the other kids at the park if he's going to keep doing that. That's how it looked to me, the way the ref said it to him. They touch gloves and they're on again. With 3 minutes to go. Nice right kick by Evloev. Nice little check hook by Allen. Allen's looking good in this round. Oh, there's that rip to the liver again by Allen. It's just not hitting quite the liver. It's been hitting his guts. Nice single leg by Evloev. He's looking for that single. He wants to get to the body. Big uppercut by Allen and a right hand by Evloev. This is a fantastic fight. I really like this fight. Nice sprawl by Allen. 2 minutes and 28 seconds to go. Allen's definitely coming on late in this fight. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Evloev is in the... Oh, nice front kick up the middle. When Evloev switches to southpaw himself, he usually shoots straight off that because he uses his right hand to bridge that distance so he can shoot on that single leg. But Allen, now you can tell definitely he's slowed down on his shot, and Allen's getting the distance, reading that distance, and he's able to defend with 1 minute and 46 seconds to go, taking on the forearms there, that kick by Allen. Nice rip to the body again by Allen. Definitely feeling it, man. I'm telling you now, you'd be feeling those shots to the body. You'd definitely be feeling those shots. 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. There it is again, man. With 1:25 to go, in on the single leg again is Evloev. He's looking. He finally gets it kind of in a snatch single. Goes for the guillotine. Great job of rolling out of it. It's still in. It's still in pretty tight. It's still in. It's still on. Now he's opened it. He's opened up the hands. Great job by Evloev. But it was still on the choke. But you can spin out of those chokes to a certain degree. He's doing a great job of rolling with the Granby rolls is Evloev. 55 seconds to go. I really enjoy watching Evloev fight. Oh, he's looking to drag him down to the mat. Switch his levels, grab the legs. Allen's doing a fantastic job of defending this, but it's not going to be enough to win this. He might win this round, but I don't think he won the first 2 rounds. The blood would be making everything more slippery. I think Allen might have won this round, to be honest with you. But I don't think it's going to be enough for him to win the fight. There's 17 seconds to go. Evloev's doing a fantastic job of holding him up against the cage. Allen gets free, lands a left hand, goes looking for it. There's 5 seconds to go. Throws a push kick, throws a big combination, lands on Evloev. There's 1 second to go, and that's the wrap, ladies and gentlemen. And I do believe Evloev won that fight. Joseph says Brendan Shaw did a no-no there. Now, it doesn't count Cooper Marion and Joseph because, and I'll tell you why, it only works because they both have first names, Brendan Allen and Arnold Allen. That's why it doesn't work the other way. But good work, gentlemen. Now, that was a really good fight. That was a good fight. I enjoyed it very much. And I'm actually really looking forward to this fight that's coming up, the Chris Curtis, Andre Baralt fight. It's an interesting thing because this Andre Baralt guy, he's always like, how could I say? I do think he's pretty much like a kind of like a Gerald Meerschaert. No offense to either one of these guys. Yeah, there's that shot he landed on Brendan Allen, on Arnold Allen in the first round. Nice right hand to the chin. Boom! To the head by Arnold Allen as the hands are touching the ground. Now, I just feel he's a good measuring stick for where you should be in the division, like Gerald Meerschaert, kind of like, I don't like the word, but gatekeeper, if you will. And there's gatekeepers at every kind of level. And I think Gerald Meerschaert is a good one for that. These guys are in that top 10, top 15, like kind of ability to pick who each one is. He has some good wins, man, because Julian Marquez is no joke, and Eric Anders is no joke, and he's got some good wins there. Jordan Wright is a hard-hitting dude. He's got some good wins, man. He's got some good wins. Then he's got some losses. Chidi Jukani is very good stand-up. Anthony Hernandez, very good, very strong. He's got a loss to Jotko, to Andrew Sanchez, and to the Iron Turtle. So yeah, he's solid. You know what I mean? He's solid. He's not. He's never going to win the title. No offense to him, but yeah, I agree with that decision with Evlo. And this is another. Kenny says, I underestimated Evloev. Man, I picked him. No, it's a thing as well. Like I think the guy is very good, man. Just when I see certain matchups, like I have to go with that, But it just also, the thing I was going to say, it just goes to show, like a lot of times people you're shitting on the judges. It's always fun, but they get it right more often than not. You know what I mean? Like, and if you want to change, if you say, oh, it could, it's affecting the fighter's pay, and that's a company thing. That's a pay structure thing. You can change that rather easily. It doesn't have to affect their pay. So yeah, very, very impressed by that fight. And I'm a fan of Chris Curtis because I feel like Chris Curtis, like, he's ranked number 14, and this fellow hasn't got a ranking, but like he's got a ranking, but he's not like in the top 10 or 15. But he's solid, you know what I mean? He's a solid fighter, so it's a good step for him. But I honestly feel that Chris Curtis is he. I think Chris Curtis's record should look better than what it does, because I think that the loss against Gastelum should have been a win. You know, I think that the loss against Gastelum should have been a win. There was a massive head clash, I think, in the second round, and that changed the fight. That changed the fight massively. Otherwise, I think Chris Curtis would have won that, and he would have won that quite convincingly. And then his loss to Jack Hermansson was a decision loss. That was Hermansson was smart in the way he did it. It wasn't as fun as it should be, you know, but he did the right things. But there's no shame in that. I think the Imavov fight, he was quite overmatched, to be honest with you. I think it showed where Imavov's getting to in the fights. And then you see his wins against, in particular, Phil Hawes, Brendan Allen, Brendan and Rodolfo Vieira. These are good guys, man. These are good fighters. And he showed where he's at. You see Brendan Allen's on a tear as of late, and Chris Curtis did a fantastic job against him. Like a fantastic job, the way like he finished him. Cooper Marin says, I feel like gatekeeper shouldn't have such a negative connotation. There's gatekeepers to champions, even if it's just a good term for someone who holds their skill level very consistently and are a test. I was a big fan of Chris Curtis until he complained on Twitter that Hermansson wasn't because he ran. I'm still a fan of his. I don't agree with what he said. I think Hermansson won. Good for him. You know, I do agree with just about everything you said there. I don't think like there's guys that are, and I was saying that's kind of what I was getting at. There's gatekeepers for that top 15, and I feel that that's kind of Meerschaert and Borealt. They're these kind of like gatekeepers at that level. And then there's other guys that are perennial gatekeepers at like the top 5, like kind of thing. I think probably Vettori falls into that category for me. Like he's like the kind of gatekeeper for that top 5 or 6 kind of thing. I don't think Vettori will win the belt. I don't think he's got the power. I don't think he's got the pop. I don't see him beating, like, you know, he's Vettori to me. I'm not trashing him either. Vettori to me is the epitome of someone who's fighting above their potential. I think he's someone that's just like doesn't have the pop. He's got a great chin and just ups his skills as much as he possibly can to compete with these guys that are more talented than him, but probably don't work as hard. But he's got some physical attributes, of course. He looks like a very strong guy. He's got a fantastic chin, and he works hard, you know, but I just don't think he has that X factor to be a champion. And I don't think, like, when he came across and he had a title fight against Israel and this and that and the other, I think that at a different time, like, he wouldn't have been in the top 10. That's my honest opinion. Cooper Marin says, he's starting to come back around on me, but I feel like he lacks awareness and gets stuck in the same fight when I feel like he could be more. I have to agree with you. I think that is quite a good assessment of him. I think that is a good assessment of Chris Curtis. He's got really good boxing and really good power, and he seems to be like a very physically strong individual as well. Cooper Marion says, I get frustrated with guys who can't seem to get out of their own way. Chris is so talented, but wants to have tit-for-tat fights instead of using his skills a little more tactically. Yeah, I think that there's another thing for him. His run in the UFC has been kind of left a little bit late. I think that is a little bit older than what would be best, you know what I mean? But and I also think that because of that, there's situations where perhaps he's lost a fight, in particular the Hermansson fight, that kind of derailed him, you know, a fair bit. Because at this age now, he's 36 years old, and it's tough. You know, you're just trying to compete with some young bucks there, and it's not fun. That's hard. Especially, again, like I said, now that division is getting better. You know what I mean? I don't think Vettori would have been perennial top five in the UFC in the middleweight's heyday. But that's not me shitting on him, man. Good for him. I think that what he's achieved is fucking phenomenal, and I hope that he continues to do well. But I am a fan of Chris Curtis, I'm not going to lie. You know, the other guy that's really good, but you never really got a chance to see him, and maybe he does at some point, is that Ray Cooper fellow. He's good, man. He just lost to Derek Brunson, but I don't know, like, if he's fallen off a little bit as of late, but no, he's very good. But I think he's a better welterweight than he is middleweight. That's my opinion. Bodybuilding News says being an aging athlete is brutal. I think it is, and particularly in individual sports, particularly in individual sports that are combat-based, like boxing or kickboxing or MMA, and you're kind of caught in a catch-22 situation where you haven't made enough money to really be comfortable for the rest of your life. And this doesn't become apparent until later in life as well for some of these guys. And so you haven't made enough money to be really comfortable later in life. And you don't really have, for a lot, I'm not talking about Chris Curtis, I'm just talking about people in general. You don't really have skill sets outside of fighting. And by outside of fighting, I also mean like commentating isn't outside of fighting. That's still inside of fighting. You don't have skill sets outside of that. So to make the kind of money that you can make fighting, so you make better than you would, but not enough for you to leave. So it's like a catch-22 situation. So you're stuck fighting longer than you want to because you're getting enough to keep you going, but not enough for you to retire. So it's tough. Cooper Marion says, I think Ray Cooper got the million and stopped training. Seems to have happened to a few guys. It's very sad because it goes back to exactly what I just said. Like, it's not the amount of money that you think it is. You know, you go 1 or 2 years with not the best finances and your life changes completely, dude. It's not how people think. It's really, really not that. And I think that's something that happens to young guys that they don't understand that. Like, you might be on really decent money right now, but you only need 1 or 2 years to go a little bit, different, and you're not earning the kind of money that you were. And that's difficult. Is it me, or does it seem like they're taking way longer between fights, like compared to what they used to? It just seems like it's just dragging on a little bit. I'll be back in 1 second, guys. Marc-Andre Baralt. He's good. He's a big boy too, but I think Curtis is just going to be too tidy. Rob McKenzie says, anyone read any good books? Oliver Aikman says, Playboy has some good books. Bodybuilding says, Laugh Out Loud, The True Believer by Eric Hoffer. I would like to know what genre you're looking for. Cooper Marion says, way more fluff and ads and ads and ads, and you should buy Modella and then some more ads. And yeah, there's a lot more bullshit between now and it sucks. I use you to tell me when it's time to tune back in. So thank you for that. You're welcome, my friend. Everyone's got to take one for the team. Kenny says, to be fair, the last pay-per-view was all KOs, so that card just flew. Yeah, but it just seems like it's just taking forever in between the fights. Like it just... Rickety Rick says, hi, Fab. How are you, Rickety Rick? What's going on? Now, what's happening here? I'll tell you right now. Barrialt is walking out. He has some stern-looking security and people around him. Yeah, he looks good, man. Does Barrialt. And he's singing at the top of his lungs. I don't know, mate. I would find that extremely intimidating. He's 33 years old. He's still within striking range of his, of his peak. Like he'd be just at his peak now. And Chris Curtis has gone past his peak a little bit, I would say. But I do think that he just hits a little bit too hard, and he's able to hit the body and he's able to mix up his strikes. Is Chris Curtis? He's just tidier, in my opinion, and I think he's going to land shots to the body. He's a little short for this division. Is Curtis? He always seems to be the smaller guy, but he's like really jacked little guy. Like he's not that little, but he's jacked. And Barrialt's no joke. He's 6'1", which is decent height for a middleweight. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go. And he's a Canadian, of course. I forget that. I like Barrialt, but I hope that what's his name gets it done. I hope Chris Curtis gets it done because I'm a fan of the action man, mate. But I see here on his Wikipedia, he's got Sanford MMA 2021 and present. But it says his trainer is Sifu Patrick Marcel. And so anyone who's got a cool name before his actual name, of Sifu, being that my wife's Mandarin, I have to have a soft spot for him. But that dude, just a little bit of background on Patrick Marcel, he's had some really interesting students. One of them is Dave Leduc, who's the Lethway world champion. Lethway, if you don't know, is like imagine Muay Thai with bare knuckles and you can headbutt. It's a barrel of fun. So he was the first one. He opened his first Kung Fu school in Orleans, in Canada, and then a second one in Quebec. So I don't know if the geography is correct. I'm just telling you what it is. So, yeah. So pretty interesting character. So I like that. I do like that. I'm a sucker for a good storyline. Chris Curtis is walking in. I wonder if Strickland's in his corner as well. Like if he comes out, does the cornering, and then comes back out and fights. Has a beer on the way. Cooper Marion says, we got Kung Fu in here. Yes, sir. You got to love it, mate. You got to love that. You have to love that. What do? After this, I have to take my kids to the beach. It is hot as balls out there, man. So I will wait a little later to take him. So it's actually worked out quite well. The Australian sun is no joke, people. It is no joke. Okay. Yeah, so definitely there's a height advantage. The reach always makes me laugh because they actually do a wingspan. So sometimes the reach is not really very accurate because the wingspan, you get really broad guys like Chris Curtis or Volkanovski and that, and it ends up coming out there like they're like monkeys with how long their arms are. But it's actually done on width. So if you're a shorter guy and you're in the same division, you're going to tend to be broader than a lot of the guys. I just feel there's an eternity now. There's an absolute eternity between the fights. Rickety Rick says, which beach, Fab? I haven't decided, sir, but it's going to be somewhere on the New South Wales South Coast, on the where I live. I have not decided yet. It's going to depend because it's Sunday afternoon in Sydney. Where are you, Rickety Rick? Yeah, and if there's too many crowds or whatnot, I'm just going to jump in the car and go further south where there's no one. So it could be, I might even drive down to like 7 Mile Beach if I have to, but I just don't want to be around a lot of people. Cooper Marion says, it's like -3 degrees Celsius in Dallas. I'm jealous, Fab. Yeah, it's nice up here, man. Rob McKenzie says, Hamlet's Hill, the origin of human knowledge through myths. Oh, Rob McKenzie's pulling out the big guns. Rickety Rick says, Sydney as well, Western Sydney. You have the new beach. They just built the beach out there at Penrith, eh? Pondi, they call it. Have you been there, Rickety Rick? Have you been there? Is it nice? Is it good? We're about to start, people. We're about to start. Both guys look ready for action. And we're off, ladies and gentlemen. Round 1, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, and we're off. Barriault is in the orthodox stance with Curtis, as always, in the southpaw stance. I think that out of the two of these guys, Curtis has already done a great job of controlling the center of the octagon and moving Barriault along the periphery of the octagon itself. And the thing with this, nice front kick up the middle, hits nothing but air, but it's good that he got it out there, Barriault. But I think that eventually Curtis is going to cut the distance and his boxing is much tighter than Barriault's. And I think I do think Curtis is going to get this done by knockout, I believe. Nice calf kick by Curtis. Nice calf kick. You know, legs on Curtis too, eh? He's the antithesis of me. Like, my calves are non-existent. Now Barriault is getting back some of the center of the octagon. Nice calf kick again by Curtis. Good work, Curtis. So he was studying to be a lawyer, was Chris Curtis, you know. It's an interesting thing. He looks like a really rough kind of dude, like when you see his like head and his beard and that. But then when you hear him speak, he's smart, man. He's not a dumb guy. And then you read up on him a little bit and it's interesting. He's landed that calf kick about 3 or 4 times already. Nice right high kick by Barriault, taken on the forearms of Curtis. And he's got to do that. Oh, nice right hand lands by Barriault straight on Curtis. Nice shot by Barriault. Nice shot. Inside kick by Barriault. That was a nice right hand he landed, dude. And look, he went looking for it again, but Chris Curtis was able to slide out of the distance. 2:46 to go. I can't tell you who's winning this round at this stage. But Curtis is doing a great job of measuring that distance and pushing him into the periphery of the octagon. Because looking for a lead left hand does Curtis. No luck at that stage. Oh, nice right kick to the body by Barriault. I don't know if it landed or if it got taken on the arms. Couldn't see from this angle. Goes looking for that right hand again, but Chris is savvy to it. Inside kick by Curtis. Oh, by Barriot, rather. Oh, nice rip to the body by Curtis. Curtis does really good body work in his fights. That was really nice. He hit Gastelum with so many body shots, but he did it late in the fight that he was already lost around, and man, the head clash that he took was fucking huge. And then the subsequent strikes that he took off Gastelum in that second round was huge. Huge. Inside kick by Barriot. And when I was watching that fight, I thought that Gastelum hit him with some sort of uppercut or something because of the way he dropped him. See, this is the thing. Curtis is calling Barriot out, saying to him to come fight him in the center of the octagon. Whilst I am going, nice rip to the body by Curtis. It's great showmanship in that from Curtis, but if the guy runs away from you, you cut it. It's on you to cut off the octagon, or really go back to center if you want. But like, he doesn't have to fight with you the way you want him to fight, And Barriot's actually doing a good job of not fighting Chris's fight, if that makes sense. Good rips to the body by Chris, and I'm going for Chris. Barriot, because Barriot's not. Chris has got good, tidy boxing. He can't. What he's trying to do, Barriot, is stay outside of that boxing range and land some kicks. And he's having some success with it. Now, if Chris can make him fight a boxing fight, that's all the power to Chris. There's 10 seconds to go. Oh, nice jabs now landed by Curtis. And that's the end of round one. I do believe that Chris probably landed the bigger shots in that round. I think Chris would have won that round, but I don't know. I don't know how the judges scored it, but I think just looking at it that Chris landed the better shots. Cooper Marin says, no doubt. I wonder if it's just for selling ads or if they've gotten this much worse at timing this. You would think it's for selling ads, eh? Rickety Rick says, not yet, Fab. Cooper Marin says, this is not how I expected this fight to go. How so, Chris? Please, Cooper, please tell us. I'm interested to see what you think. Yeah, because I thought the fight would look a little different as well. I don't feel that Curtis is necessarily pressuring quite as much as he could. I think that Barriot had some really good moments in there. I don't know. I can't tell you who won the fight. I thought that Chris landed the bigger shots, but even from the angle that I was looking at now, it looks like some of those kicks from Barriot actually got through. The Litsev versus Imavov next week is going to be an interesting fight. It's going to be a really good fight, I think, that one. An interesting fight. I think Imavov should win it comfortably if he stays off the mat. They touch gloves. They're back in the center again. Chris in a southpaw stance. He's looking a little busier, Chris, already. And I think when he backs Barriot up, he has to pull the trigger a little bit more. Because that first round, I thought Chris won, but I can't tell you for sure he won the fight. I can't say, he won the round, rather. And Barriot's doing a good job of getting those kicks off and not getting into the boxing range. And I think that would have been reiterated by his corner to get those kicks going because he's landing them. It's Chris's fight to lose, in my honest opinion. Like if he doesn't, nice. Barriot's looking really good. He's doing a good job, is Barriot. Oh, nice shot there, lands by Chris Curtis. Nice. Chris did a good job getting his foot outside of the lead foot of Barriot and throwing the combination then. Oh. Oh, nice front kick down the middle. Nice. Doing a great job of executing those kicks. You have to kick with a kicker, Chris. You have to kick with a kicker. You can't just capitulate that space. So you're just going to eat kicks. You got to get them doing something else other than kicking you. You got to throw kicks so that they're checking it, they're moving their feet. Because at the moment, Barriot's doing a good job of just sliding outside of that that lead, like that the punches, and then throwing the kicks. He's doing a great job. And I picked Chris in this fight. I thought he was going to get inside with some tidy boxing and really land some shots, but he's capitulating the kicking space to Barriel without throwing any kicks back. And he hasn't done enough damage to him in this earlier thing. I don't think he's going to win this fight. I landed some good right hands there, Barriel. I thought Chris would win it, but now he's having problems with the movement of Barriel. And Barriel, you know what he's doing as well? He's moving a little bit like how Hermanson moves. He's actually fighting a little bit like Hermanson, just with the stand-up kind of stuff that Hermanson does. And then he's coming in strong. Like when he's coming in, he covers up. He's got a high guard, and he just comes in and throws elbows and like hard shots, knees. He's doing a good job. Here's Barriel. 2 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the second round. He's doing a great job, Barriel. The first round was close. I don't know who won that first round. It depends how the judge. This round, I think, is being won quite clearly by Barriel. Some shots to the body are being landed by Chris. Oh, nice jab lands by Barriel. Left hand lands by Curtis. Nice kicks by Barriel. They're not actually great kicks, but he's just throwing the kicks. And they're definitely landing. Nice left hand by Chris. 1 minute and 35 seconds to go. But Barriel just bites down on the mouth guard and answers and just keeps coming forward. Nice left hand by Curtis again. Barriel just keeps coming forward. Just spamming him. Chris is very stationary. He's not throwing any kicks, and this is a big problem for him, man. This is the story of this fight. Barriel gets out of range, throws kicks, and then when he comes in with a high guard, throws his combinations, gets out, and then throws kicks again. There it is, front kick up the middle. That front kick up the middle when you have like a orthodox versus southpaw, either way, it's money. Inside low kick is just a volume. He's just drowning him in volume too. And because he's at range, at kicking range, and Chris is not throwing kicks back, look, they don't have to be effective kicks. You just have to kick. And he started off kicking, which is weird. You just have to fucking kick. And when you kick, the other dude is not kicking you. He has to deal with your kick. He has to check it. He has to get out of the way. He has to do something. You don't capitulate that space. Otherwise, he's just going to keep kicking your kicking range. And then you can't punch him. Not to mention, getting kicked hurts. 15 seconds to go in the second round. Nice hand, right hand over the top by Curtis. Curtis goes looking for an elbow. Like he's cut Barriel, but the problem is he's fighting like just boxing. Like he's basically making it a boxing match. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the second round. And Cooper Marin says Chris Curtis cuts off the cage challenge. I don't understand why he doesn't do that. You know what I mean? I don't understand why he doesn't cut off the cage a little more. Oliver Ekman says, it's minus 18 degrees here in Iowa. Jesus, minus 18 degrees here. Jesus. That is so cold, dude. Cooper Marin says, I expected much more of a war, really. Seemed like these two just couldn't help themselves from exchanging at some point. I agree. Rob McKenzie said, damn, Oliver, it's colder than Eskimo's balls. And what do we got? Oh, look at this guy. Oliver Ekman, $100. Thank you so much, sir. Put this towards your training for the Danny DeVito fight. Man, thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate the donation. You don't understand how much I appreciate it, mate. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I love doing this, and I love the support, guys. Thank you so much. Oliver Ekman, you are the hero I need but don't deserve. Thank you so much, sir. And we're off, people. We're off again. 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Round 3. 45, 44, 43, 42, 41. Yeah, not how I expected the fight to go. And I thought that Curtis would get in and throw bigger combinations, bigger power shots. and cut off the cage a little bit better, and he's not doing that. And he's going to be a rinse repeat. He has no answer for the kicks, and you can't stay at kicking range, man. And when you back him up against the cage, he's got to cut the cage off. And, with Chris, is one of those guys, and I've seen this a lot with a lot of guys. He's very, very, very good and very talented, but there's like little extra things you have to do to be like really fulfill your potential. And it doesn't seem like a lot. They're small, but you have to do them. And it just doesn't seem like he does a couple of the little things. He's looking good. If he lands some big shots, I mean, he can turn this fight around. But I don't think he's winning this fight. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm going for Chris. I'm a fan of Chris. But Berylt's doing a great job. High guard coming in. See, it's funny, man, how people see the fight. I don't know. Yeah, it's Ryan Frederick and Ioli were saying the same thing. Like, it's a very close fight. I don't know who's winning this fight. It could be 2 rounds to none. It could be 19-19. It could be whatever. I don't know. There's not a lot in these fights. You have to really take it from the other guy when it's this close. I don't know if Curtis, maybe he broke his hand. He seems to have shaken his right hand out. And if he broke his hand, that probably explains a lot as well. You don't know sometimes the injuries that are sustained by these fighters. And Beryl doesn't seem to be respecting the power that's coming back from Chris. So it could well be that Chris has broken his hand. Because Berylt's just walking through some of these. See the right hands that are coming through? Berylt's just walking through them. And he wasn't doing that earlier in the fight. So I don't know if Chris has broken his hand. I saw him shake his hand out, so it could well be. Especially with a high guard with elbows up like that. That's just one of the things that happens when people are fighting. Like, you can't... with small gloves, you can break your hands easily. With no gloves, it's even easier. Oh, big elbows in the clinch by Berylts. This is like, now is a war, you know what I mean? But yeah, if he hurt his hand, it's going to be a problem here. And Berylt's just coming, man. And he's taking the shots, man. He's taking the shots. They're elbowing each other in the clinch. Nice knee up the middle by Berylts. Curtis goes looking for an elbow. Oh, another knee up the middle by Curtis. 1 minute and 43 seconds to go. He's not respecting the power of Curtis anymore. He is Berylts. Got to be very fit, man, to fight like this. Oh, nice little right hand, but he caught Berylts off balance. Oh, nice little uppercut by Chris Curtis. Oh, rips the body, does Curtis with a minute to go, minute and 10 seconds to go. Curtis has hurt him. He's got to jump on him. Lands a couple of jabs. Curtis hurt him with those body shots. Curtis, you hurt him with a body shot, dude. You really did. You really hurt him, dude. They're clinching. Berylt's tough as nails. Nice. Curtis hurt him there, man, to the body. Really, you saw it change. 46 seconds to go. Mate, take my hat off to these dudes. They're so tough. So tough. Oh, man. 30 seconds to go. I'm a fan of Berylt now. Oh, they call each other out to the center of the octagon. They get each other in the clinch, and they're having themselves a hockey fight here. They're exchanging in the middle. They're brawling in the middle. Clinch. It looks, oh my God. Not the most skillful of fights, but it's going nuts. 10 seconds to go. They're clinching in the middle. Big knees up the middle. Both guys swinging for the fences. They're clinching up in the middle. I don't know who wins this fight. That's it. That's it. It's done. I don't know who won that fight. They just beat the shit out of each other. I read somewhere, right, that there was this fighting that they do. Might be in Canada. It might have been in Canada or Alaska. That the loggers, the guys that go and cut the trees down and that, they tie each other, like they tie their legs down to a log and they sit there facing each other and they just punch the shit out of each other. And these two guys did a very similar version of that. Oh, all these exchanges. I don't know who won that fight. I have no clue. Thank you, Oliver Ekman. Once again, mate, you're a champion, a gentleman and a scholar. Joseph says Brendan Curtis might have lost the second round. He couldn't get out of first gear. I agree. Kenny says, hey, yo, Oliver. Rickety Rick says, Curtis fighting a shit fight, so flat-footed. It's definitely different. Rob McKenzie says, nice one, Oliver. Oliver Ekman. Cooper Merrin says, Chris Allen never seems to get out of this gear. Oh, another one. Thank you, Kenny. You're a champion, man. He says, get some grog for that Aussie heat. Yeah, I will, man. Ace, thank you so much, Kenny, man. I appreciate it, guys, and I appreciate the support so much for the podcast, man. It really, really like it, man. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oliver Ekman says, let's go, Kenny. Cooper Merrin says, that's what I expected. Yeah, man. It was, yeah, I thought the fight would go more that way than it did, but that was pretty heavy duty, mate. Let's see who wins the fight. And we're talking about that was Ang Lang and Sung in his corner, in this guy's corner, in Burial's corner, and he's from Burma, from Myanmar, and they do fight that kind of boxing over there with the headbutts just by chance. I actually had him on my podcast before, Ang Lang and Sung. He's a really, really nice guy. And Chris Curtis won it. Not how I thought he was going to win it, and it was a very close fight. No one can complain about that decision. It was just a close fight, you know what I mean? Cooper Merrin says Chris Curtis threw 4 leg kicks and a minute of cage cutting, then said, I'm just going to get mad. Yeah, and they just banged it out. I think that Burial could have probably won that if he just stayed on the outside a little bit more. And there was one body shot, man, that Curtis landed that looked like it really, really hurt him, like kind of slowed him down a bit. That was really cool. That was an interesting fight. Neil Magny versus Mike Malott. Neil Magny's old, he's like 30. It was 36, not super old, but yeah, he's getting on a bit. He's tall, very tall guy. So we'll see how that goes. Joseph says, looking forward to Dalitse versus Imavov fight next month. Man, I'm a big fan of Imavov. I think he's got the talent to get it done in the middleweight division in the future. I think Imavov is one of those guys that's like, he's definitely got all the tools to do it, whether or not he doesn't hit as hard as I'd like, you know what I mean? But he seems like once he gets like, once I think he's 28 years old. 6'3", he's a big boy. I think once and you see his fight with Strickland has aged well, so I think he's definitely there. He's very, very, very close to that kind of ability, and the next couple of years are going to be very telling. I think he's kind of tightening up his skill set. I think he's got the potential to go the whole way. Especially, he'll start to hit his peak, and some of these guys are going to start to get a little bit older. That's when a couple of years matter. Like when you're 29 and 31, not really. But when you're like 31 and 33, 34, 35, it starts to matter. 32 and 36, now it matters. You got one entering his peak and one leaving it. Cooper Merrin says that was not 30-27 Chris Curtis. No, I didn't. I thought that Burial had won at least one round in there, to be honest. Cooper Merrin, I think it was the second round from memory. Yeah, it's hard, but it's also a very hard fight to what do you call it? It's a very hard fight to score. I'd hate to be a judge, man. It's very hard, very, very, very hard. I'll be back in 1 second, guys. I'm going to be back on talking about the fights in just a second, but for no real reason whatsoever, other than for me just to show you. This is Frankie the Bulldog. Look at him, guys. I'm just, for no reason whatsoever, I'm just showing you a picture of a very cute baby bulldog. This is Frankie. He looks like he has depression, but he doesn't. I love Frankie. He's a good dog. Bodybuilding News says, hypothetical, if Chaya and Strickland got into, I don't understand bodybuilding. If Chimaev and Strickland got into a fight, do you think the UFC would allow Strickland to say anything about Kadyrov? I think the UFC will let him say whatever they want because it's going to sell tickets. Charles says, what up, fair crew? Who does chat have for the main event? I think Strickland will get it done if it goes longer. And if not, I think it'll be, what's his name? It'll be Du Plessis early. Joseph says, Coach, what are your thoughts on Holloway moving up to lightweight to fight Gaethje? I think it's good, but I think Gaethje, it's going to kind of look like the Poirier fight, I think. That's my opinion. Oliver Aikman says, oh, so cute. Joseph says, Dogo. Bodybuilding News says, beautiful pup. And Charles says, more Frankie. Frankie's right here, people. Frankie's right here. This will probably be the most exciting part of the women's fight. Cooper Marin says, do you think Volk is taking the Ilya fight too fast after the knockout? I held Volk pretty comfortably if he took a little more time off, but I feel like he's taking a big chance. I don't know, dude. I wouldn't be able to tell you, you know. I don't know how much physiological damage the knockout did. I don't know that it, like, would have been beyond like a concussion kind of thing, but he didn't go out completely out, you know. So I can't say one way or another. Kenny says, oh my God, that's a thick boy. Cooper Marin says, we love Frankie. And Bodybuilding News says, most exciting part of the women's fight. I think so, mate. I'm sorry, but I don't really, it's just, I don't know. I don't want to be insulting. I just don't follow it. I mean, I'm allowed to not follow it as much. There are girls that can fight. Don't get me wrong. I'm not into it. Like, I'm not into it that much. This is good old Frankie, mate. This is kind of my expression when I watch fights that aren't that good. I feel like a Dr. Evil or something with my cat. No, and I think Alex Volkanovski's a monster, you know, and I think he can beat anyone. My heart's with Alex and my pick's with Alex. Let me just be straight like that. It's difficult because I'm biased. I know Alex personally, you know, so I'm a fan as well as I know him, you know. So I'm always going to root for Alex. But I will say this. Ilya is a very tough character. He's young. He's up and coming. There are factors, I think skill for skill, if you match them up together, you know, one against each other, I think Alex beats him. Is this fight going to be the fight that you see Volkanovski step out of his prime and a young buck step into his? This is going to happen with everyone, you know, as much as you don't want it to. I don't know. I mean, Ilya's a monster himself, but I think Volkanovski technically is a better version of Ilya. But at some point, you're going to meet a young guy that's going to take your throne. I don't know if this will be the time. My money's on Alex. Oliver Ekman says women's fights are the best time for the crosswords to come out. Cooper Marin says the most exciting part of the women's fight will be the in and out I'm buying while it's going on. That does sound exciting. Now we have, who have we got here? Neil Magny versus Mike Malott. And Mike Malott has walked out. He's hugging people. Man, it takes so much time between the fights. Charles says, you got to take minimum 6 months off after a knockout or knee knockout. No, is that overcautious? I think Volk is rushing it. Yeah, again, this is kind of like what I said before about, but it was a bit different thing. Like people talk about, oh, so-and-so said this to Strickland. Would this have affected him? Blah, blah, blah. It's not the first time somebody has said something to thing. And you do take shots in training, and people just don't know that the guy took some shots in training. So 6 months for every knock or every knee knock that you take is not really feasible, you know. If he had been knocked out cold, I would say, yeah, different as well. But the other thing is, Volkanovski doesn't have like a year to take off either. You know what I mean? He's like 35 years old, 34, 35 years old. Like you don't have a year to sit out of your, he's right at his peak, you know, or maybe just below it. So no, you can't just sit it out either. So yeah. Cooper Marion says, I'm a huge Alex fan. I want him to win. I just feel like he could have maybe kept his prime for a little longer with a little more rest. Possibly. Oliver Ekman says, best part of the women's fights a split second before they switch to ads. Rob McKenzie says, I feel like Strickland just fought. Yes, I agree. Very, very busy boy. Very busy boy. Out comes Magny. I just think Malot's going to do this, eh? I think he's going to get this done. Although Magny is no joke himself, I will say that. He's not so much like nowadays, but he's definitely got a lot of experience. And back in the day, he was very good. Cooper Merritt says, hey, he might have a year. That man's built different. No, he might have a year left in his peak, but I'm saying he doesn't have a year to sit out. You know what I mean? He doesn't. I don't think he's got that year to sit out. I think he'll be fine competing. I don't think, because also his technical level is so high. I just don't think he has the year to sit out. That's my take on it. Isn't that right, Frankie? Isn't that right, mate? He's my color commentator. Old Frankie. You got to love him, mate. You got to love him. Magny might teach him. I might take the time during the women's fight to teach him some tricks and to see if he can roll over, play dead, any of that type of stuff. I've met Magny in real life, and Magny's he's a sweetheart of a man. I'm a fan of Magny's in that regard. Dude, I was there. I know Hector as well, and I was there when he fought Hector Lombard, and he beat Hector, which was bittersweet because I was going for Hector. But I thought Hector killed him in that first round. To this day, that's why I'm saying, like, he's not just whatever. Like, he's no joke. Dude, this guy, Hector hit this guy. He hit Magny. I was ringside, actually, for that fight. I thought Hector killed him. I honestly thought, because from where I was watching, he dropped him, and I could hear the shots that Hector was landing on this guy, landing them. He was kind of landing them on the gloves and on the top of the head. If Hector hit me like that, dude, my face would look like this, you know, be just flat. He landed these shots. I do not know how Magny survived that. Like, it was absolutely brutal. Like, one of the live that I've seen, like one of the worst beatings I've seen like someone take. Like, it was crazy, dude. Oliver Aikman says Frank looks like a very athletic dog. He's actually not, man. Frankie here is a puppy. He's a British bulldog. He's not mine. Frank the Tank is not mine, man. My wife and I, we run like a at-home dog care service thing. So when people go away, they leave their dogs with us, and it's like you have them like how you would have them at home, you know. So they don't have to stay in a kennel. So it's like bespoke dog care kind of thing. So we have always some cool dogs. We got my dog, which is a Cane Corso. We have a Dalmatian at the moment, and Frank the Tank. So no, he's not. Now I don't know. Maybe he is named after someone specific. I will ask the owners, man. So no, it's a cool thing. Oh, okay, we're about to start, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to start. Neil Magny is hopping back and forwards, ready to go. We're off. Both men in the orthodox stance. 450. Ooh, that oblique kick to the knee from Malott. That could have just ended the fight and the career. 449, 48, 47. Yeah. Magny, man, when you meet him in real life, he's a big dude, man. He's actually a really big guy. Goes looking for the calf kick, does Malott. Magny did a good job of like just getting out of the way. Another kick to the legs by Malott. Malott's going to start, I think, really taking advantage of those leg kicks, and Neil Magny has proven to be susceptible for. Oh, there's a calf kick. Lands. Magny's trying to get outside of the lead foot, which will make it a lot easier to avoid the calf kick, but lands it again. Oh, I looked for it again. Did Malott. Oh. And again, I don't know if you've never been kicked in the calf, it hurts, man. And if you get hit right on the peroneal nerve, it's bad. If you get hit bad, it deadens your leg. But even if it doesn't, you get like a burn. You get like a real bad burn in your knee and up your leg. Like it's bad. It's really, really bad. It's like the closest thing I can compare it to is like, you know, when you hit your funny bone, like your elbow and you hit your funny bone, that's what it feels like. Both men clinching. Malott's Malott's a black belt. Neil Magny's a very good grappler in his own right. Malott's a black belt, but I would say, man, you're having good success with these calf kicks. Keep it going. As someone with long, skinny legs himself, me, I feel for Magny getting kicked in his legs like that. It's not fun, dude. It is not fun. You have to kick, though. You have to kick with the kickers, man. I said that in the last fight. I say it in this fight, especially if you've got the range like Magny does, because that is one. Like people talk about checking calf kicks and all of this stuff, but the big thing is kicking with the kickers, because they got to move their legs. You know what I mean? They can't just sit there fucking kicking you like Malott just did then. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Yeah, because when you kick someone, they've got to either check or move their legs, and then they're not kicking you, and you're not capitulating that space. If you're just standing there and the guy, like you can see his legs compromised, you know, and if you're just standing there and the dude's just teeing off on you from a distance, man, and the kick again. That oblique kick. Oh, he goes looking for a higher kick. Magny goes looking for a takedown. Malott's doing a good job of defending. He's got an underhook in. Neil Magny had his hands linked, but I don't think he's going to get the finish. No way. What's wrong, Frankie? Malott's looking nice. Problem is, man, after you've landed a few of those kicks, and those kicks are coming in hard, it's very hard for you to generate power with your punches. Inside kick now to the same leg. And he did the oblique kicks, and that's hitting like the vastus medialis, like that teardrop muscle. And there's not much there. Like it's not made to take shots. Nice calf kick. That one really, really hurt Magny. And it's also like cumulative. Like he's landed all those other calf kicks. So it doesn't have to land too many more to really put Neil Magny out of commission. Neil Magny got out of the way of that one. There's a front kick from Magny. Magny has to kick more, man. He really has to kick more. 10-1 are Malott's landed 10 leg kicks, man, on Neil Magny, and we're still in the first round. This is not going to be a fun fight for Magny. At this point, you're almost out of commission, dude. Like, that's what people don't get. Like, at this point, like, you can see he's almost on 1 foot, and he's that badly compromised, you know, that he's also, like, outside of range, and he's completely thrown off. Oh, there's a calf kick, lands again. There's 33 seconds to go. I don't know how many more he's going to take, dude. Because this guy seems to be landing them like flush. He took a lot from Ian Gary, did Neil Magny. But I don't know. Malott seems to have just landed a couple really well. And it's funny with kicks, it just by inches, it can make a big difference. There's 10 seconds to go in the first round. Oh, even those little clips on the calf, you know, like it doesn't seem like it's a lot, but it's a lot. Dogs are freaking awesome, says Mackenzie. I love them, dude. I love dogs. We get like so attached to the dogs when they go home. Same as my kids, they get attached. They all love Frankie, my kids. Bodybuilding News says, how much does a Corso weigh? My buddy breeds filler English Mastiffs, only feeds them raw 3 of the males. Filler Brasileiros are serious dogs, and same as English Mastiffs. But the fillers they're banned in Australia, actually, but they're serious dogs. I love those. I love the dogs. My dog, my Cane Corso, weighs about 65 kilos, so it's like a featherweight in the UFC, so it's at 145 pounds. So he's very lean. He only gets fed raw as well. Rob McKenzie says, Fab looks like a cross between Dr. Evil and Mr. Burns stroking that dog. Bodybuilding. Oh, the 3 males are over 200 pounds. That's fucking impressive, mate. Yeah, 65 my dog is. So that's, like I said, 145 pounds or something like that, which is big for a dog, like it's a big dog. The 200-pound dog is huge. It's massive. We're about to start now. We're about to go. It's a huge dog. 200-pound dog is massive. And if it's only raw fed, it's even crazier. They threw a calf kick, did Neil. Neil has to throw the kicks, man. He has to throw the kicks. He cannot capitulate the space. Because then you're reactive as well. You can see he's like trying to catch the kick with his shin. He's trying to switch his stance so he can adjust his stance to check the kick. But that, I was about to say, leaves you open for the right hand. And Malott threw a combination at Magny. I think Malott's going to start throwing the inside kick now in a second. Yeah, definitely Malott won the first round. Definitely. And as a fight, like your legs don't, like those, sometimes your legs don't get better after that. He's going to land a few more shots. And Magny's starting to like scoop his leg out of the way, but he's also putting himself out of range because he's not throwing kicks. I don't understand why someone with long-ass legs like him doesn't throw more kicks. There's a front kick up the middle, and he throws them well too. He throws them well, and he gets good results when he throws them. 3:55 to go in the second round. And he goes, Malott's really looking to get outside of that lead leg and throw that calf kick, which he just did it. As I said it, he was listening to me. Good boy. Well done. Nice takedown. And I think this is going to be a problem here. Just even the way where he's landed, because he's landed on the offside. Most of the time people pass on the other side, so the half guard is opposite. No matter whether you're left-handed or right-handed, you do not drill as much on this side as you do the other way. See, this is usually how people are more comfortable on that other half guard. These up kicks are a problem with someone as long as Magny. Good job by both guys. They both did what they had to do then. I'm really impressed. Nice kick in down the middle by Malott. Whenever there's a grappling exchange like that, the guy that can get off first to the body is going to have significantly more success as the fight continues, if you can do it, because that's when you need to breathe after those big grappling exchanges. So throwing those front kicks up the middle, those little knees up the middle, is very, very big. And there's a big takedown by Malott. So that's what I mean. Usually you land on this side. So it's harder to defend if you're the other guy. I mean, people will say, no, not when Craig, I'm talking about Craig Jones or Gordon Ryan. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking people in general. Malott's doing a fantastic job, and he's got him up against the cage. And this is a problem because you can't move your head and you can't move your hips when you're caught up against the cage. Malott's doing a good job here, man. And he's going to win this round, I think, quite convincingly. The only saving grace for Magny is that he's not getting his calves kicked. He's doing a little bit of a lockdown here, but the lockdown, how this fight is panning out, the lockdown isn't going to win him the fight. It's not even going to get him the stand-up because Malott's going to keep throwing little punches. He's in half guard. It's tough. Oh, he's trying to elevate him. He's elevated him. I think might have even been a head clash there. 1 minute and 31 seconds to go. Malott did a good job. He's past the guard. He's got him to mount. Even the other thing people don't realize as well, if you've had your calves kicked as bad as Magny does, it compromises your grappling ability as well. Compromises your big double legs. It compromises just your ability to move your legs and your feet. Because he'd be feeling a lot of pain at the moment in his legs. There's a point that it's the adrenaline doesn't mask it, and I don't think if you've been kicked flush 11 times that you think. This is good from Malott. He's not rushing it. He's an isolation of that arm. It's absolutely fantastic when you can put someone's arm away from the midline of the body. Now he's got the wrist right on the arm. This is a horrible position to be in. It's very hard. For those that don't know, it's very hard. Once you pin someone's arm like that to the floor and you have an isometric hold, it's very hard for you to get your arm back. Nice high guard from Malott. There's a big problem here for Magny. He's got 30 seconds to survive this. Even if the shots aren't landing flush, it's just taking a lot of energy from Magny. A lot. He's copped, oh, that was a nice little elbow to the back of the head. He's copped a lot of damage in this fight, has Magny. A lot of damage. Just in general, like shots to the head, to the legs, like all over his body, And this would have taken a lot out of his gas tank, a lot. I just want to look something up. Okay. Let me see. I love low kicks so much of my sparring partners do not, says Cooper Marion. Cooper Marion says, I miss Lawrence Larkin. We need more stomp kicks. Should bring them into the school system. Bodybuilding News says, when they were puppies, they chased a medium cub bear up a tree. We don't have those here. Bodybuilding News says, my buddy was a 300-pound pro bodybuilder at 5'8". Jesus. Bodybuilding News says, Strickland has huge calves and medium thighs. That is true. Bodybuilding News says, opposite body types of Jones and Izzy. That is true as well. I'm not a big fan of how long they're taking in between the fights. I'd just like to say that again. And now we have Magny going into the third round versus Malott. Malott's looking good. Ooh, lands another kick, another calf kick. See, Magny's trying to come into the space, but it's hard to just pressure forward. The guys can do takedowns. They can box as well. So now you I think with that kind of length, I don't understand why he doesn't kick when he can kick as well. And Malott's jiu-jitsu looks good, man. He's just getting to that mount again and rather easily flattening Neil back up. He's looking for a kind of das, maybe a Japanese necktie. Magny's trying to put him back in a half guard, which wouldn't necessarily have helped him, I don't think, because that leaves him still open for dasses and whatnot. But he does have the underhook, and he is looking to get to his feet, and he does manage to get to his feet, but it's 4 minutes and 19 seconds to go. And with the wear and tear on his body that's already occurred in this first and second round, I don't think this would make him feel good. It does leave you more susceptible for takedowns because you can't defend it as easily with one fucking puncture in one of your wheels. Now he's hopping on the leg that basically got calf kicked into oblivion. There, he got taken down now. Malott's all over him once again. And 3 minutes and 44 seconds to go in this round. And I don't see any way for Magny to win this fight. I don't think he's going to win this fight. Malott's doing a fantastic job. Closed guard from Magny now. And I think it's going to be one of those things where he's going to kind of stay on the ground. He's not trying to get back to his feet. And he'll take the decision loss because those leg kicks, man, they will really, really affect. And the problem is people don't understand that. They just don't understand it because you don't give the credit that they deserve. These guys are so tough, like so tough. You take one kick like that on the legs, not even that hard, dude. Man, you'll take a day off work the next day. The kind of shots that Magny's taken are huge. Cooper Marion says that Bodybuilding News, I think he tore one of his quads in that motorcycle accident and it never recovered, apparently. Oliver Ackerman says the next fight is going to suck. Well, there's not long to go in this round, and I think it's just going to go like this because Magny's not fighting like he wants to get back to his feet, and Malott will be content to stay where he is, like he's going to win this fight comfortably. And you see it a lot in fights, criticizing here, not criticizing Magny or not. There's kind of like almost an agreement between the two. You know what I mean? Like, yep, I'll stay here, and you can. He's going into the saddle. Is he going to the saddle? He was, but then he changed his mind. You could see it. Magny gets to his feet. Magny looking for the takedown. Malot's in on a guillotine. It's pretty tight. Magny went to slam him, didn't manage to slam him. Malot on his back now, 1:43 seconds to go. Man, it's going to be interesting here because Magny's got long arms. He can land some really nice ground and pound from that position. He can land some good ground and pound, dude. These long arms are going to be a problem for Malot. 1:28 seconds to go. Malot's looking for the leg locks badly, but Magny was landing some shots. Magny, keep fucking landing your shots, mate. Malot's doing a good job of controlling the hips. He's going for a straight ankle lock. Magny has to keep coming around to this side. He's protecting his legs. He's got to land shots, though. He can invert here and roll, which he does, and he's looking for the other heel hook. But these shots are landing from Magny. With a minute to go, he can really hurt Malot here. He can really hurt him. Magny's got to let him go. He can land the shots. He can't grapple. He has to land shots. This is his only shot to win this fight. With 53 seconds to go, he's got to land shots. Land shots, Magny. Land shots if you want to win the fight. Yeah, you got to land the shots. Land them. Fucking Malot's hurt. Land them. There's 44 seconds to go. Malot's really hurt. Magny's got to keep hitting him. He's got his back. He's stretched him. Malot has won every second of this fight. Magny's landing some huge shots. Magny's landing them. Malot's going to finish. He's going to get finished. Malot's going to get finished. 29 seconds to go. Magny, everyone had written you off. He's landing the shots. Malot's trying to recover. He's trying to defend himself. With 21 seconds to go, Malot's not defending himself properly. The ref calls a fight. Malot had won every single second of that fight up until that moment. Neil Magny had been written off by everyone, including a commentator for YouTube with a few followers, a few strong followers holding a bulldog, that said there's no way for Magny to win this fight, and I didn't think it was going to happen, mate. And there was that's MMA, dude. That one reversal in that, for that little bit, tall guy, long arms on top of you like that, and starts to land a couple of shots, changes the whole fight. Well done, Neil Magny. You deserved it, mate. Don't listen to these guys on YouTube holding their dogs. They don't deserve it. They've never stepped 1 foot. They've never done one step in your shoes, mate. Well done. Look at this. This here, he should have defended that takedown the whole way. You get a guy like long arms like that. That's Yuri's like that as well. He's got really long arms, and his ground and pound's phenomenal from that position. John Jones. Charles says, Magny has been doing this at a high level for what seems like forever. Respect to an OG. Respect to him, man. Respect to him. Bodybuilding News says, awesome for Magny. Ekman says, holy freak, man, Fab, you're the best. Batusay says, Canada is trash. How dare you, Batusay? How dare you? How dare you, sir? That was really, really interesting, man. Good for him. Good for him. Good for him. Wow. And that one thing I will say, I was saying to you how when he fought Hector, the amount of damage he took from Hector Lombard, and Hector Lombard's a monster, dude. He's an absolute monster. Fifth in the Olympics or seventh at the Olympics, something like that. Fifth or seventh at the Olympics in judo. Like just hits like a truck, dude. Just hits like a truck. Super athletic guy. The shots he landed on Magny should have killed him. It should have killed him. Should have killed him. It should have killed him, and it didn't. So there you go, guys. There you go. Wow. And then we got the women's fight, and then the main event. Poor old Frankie. I'm going to take Frankie downstairs. It's a bit hot up in this room, and he's got a brachycephalic dog. So say goodbye, Frankie. You're a champion, mate. You're a champion. Goodbye. Oliver Ekman says, so we get a good 45-minute break till the main event. Something like this. Hey, it's going to be crazy. Yeah. For what it's worth, I'd like to see the note that it just takes too long between fights at the moment. Way too long. Wow. I can't believe how that Mike Malott guy lost. Because he was doing well up until right at that minute. And that's what happens, dude. That's what happens. That's a fight. And that Mike Malott, a younger brother, Jeff, plays professional hockey. Currently plays for Manitoba Moose of the American Hockey League. The AHL is respect for the Winnipeg Jets of the National Hockey League. Well, there you go. There you go. That was crazy, dude. He was on his way to win that. Rob McKenzie, how dare you, sir? How dare you? Joseph says Magny turned into 95, 96 Jordan all of a sudden. He did, eh? He did. He just took the clutch shot, you know? That was fucking crazy, dude. But it astounds me, honestly, because it doesn't look, I don't know if it's just me, but it just looks like there's never going to be a fight. It just takes forever. There's nothing that indicates that we're moving towards a fight. I don't know if I'm just getting old and impatient. Rob McKenzie, how dare you, sir? How dare you? How dare you? And no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I'm looking forward. Now, when is this fight? This fight is 3rd of February 2024 is the Imavov versus the Litsek fight. And who have we got? Ooh, there's one of these fights I'm looking forward to watching, and that's Aliaskar Kizriev versus Mahmoud Muradov. I don't think Mahmoud gets past Kizriev. I just want to see how Kizriev fights in that fight because he looks like he's very good. Mahmoud I believe hasn't really shown to live up to the hype. He hits very, very hard, but Baralo and Mirshat did a very, very good job on him. But he hits hard. He hits hard, and that's always dangerous. But I think that he's going to run into problems every single time he goes up against grapplers. That's my opinion on him. Oliver Ekman says, I actually couldn't care less about this fight. Oliver Ekman says, my God. Cooper Marion says, Magny said, I'm not letting them win easily with low kicks again. He almost did, in fairness. That was not a game plan. That was just, it happened the way it happened. But he definitely let them land the leg kicks on him, and he almost lost. Let's not get it twisted. I think what he did was fantastic, showed great heart to stay in there, but it wasn't like you're susceptible to leg kicks and you almost lost. Charles said, got to echo the sentiment on pacing for cards. UFC editing makes the air between fights hang silent. Got to echo the sentiment on pacing for cards. UFC editing makes the air between fights hang silent. Yes, this is bad, dude. We're still going. Oh, now the girls are walking out. And I'm not saying, just for the record, I'm not saying the girls can't fight, right? I'm not saying girls can't. There are some of these girls that can really fight. And I'll watch Shevchenko fight. The problem is, to see high-level fights, you have to see, Nunes versus Shevchenko and, Holly Holm versus... There's a handful of these women that are at that level. The rest of the time, dude, it's either a massive mismatch or two people that are not UFC level, That's my take on it. I'm not saying, I don't know, it'd be like fucking watching I don't know, men's netball or something. For those that don't know, netball's a similar sport to basketball that's played in Commonwealth countries and big in Australia for women. And there's just not that many men that play it. There's not fucking, there's not. And the level of men's netball would be low if you watch it, and just, it's not the same. So you have these fights that aren't great. I just don't know that you have the numbers of women that actually want to fight, like in general, to get a talent pool that's big enough, And like this fight, to me, like the fight, I mean, I hope that they fight, they get in there and they just crack, and it's a great fight. But in general, it's not. It's interesting that when you get two women that can fight and they can fight at a high level, I actually enjoy certain parts of it. I don't like watching women fight, to be honest, but just, whoa, settle with the slapping. This little guy slapped Mayra Bueno Silva. That was horrid. That was probably going to be the hardest shots of the fight, by the way. I'm just fucking not into it, man. What am I going to say? What am I going to lie? Well, how am I going to lie? But when you do have a Shevchenko or someone like that, nah, she can fight. Nunes, she can fight. They can fight. And they move like the intricacies that I like is that women move different to men. Like our bodies are made different than thing. The hardest shots of the fight was the coach hitting the girl. Bodybuilding news. Oh, bodybuilding news. You are right. You are right. I've noticed as well that I shouldn't say certain things. So I've tried to stop using certain words and try not to swear on YouTube, because I've noticed that if I do, I don't get on as much. So, man, they're still going. There's still no fight. I don't know, there's still no fight. It just goes on and on. I think they've tacked on an extra 10 minutes or something in between the fights, because it just goes on forever. And for a main event, I think it's just going to be forever, this fight. Okay. Mayra Bueno Silva is 32 years old. She's a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. She's currently at American Top Team. She was from Shootbox originally. So that's kind of like a quick resume on her. And Pennington, I think, Pennington's 35, so she's a little bit older. And I have no way of guessing. I want to say she wrestled as well. Yeah, Pennington grew up playing many sports, from basketball, softball, volleyball, running cross country, and always wanted to box. She graduated from Harrison High School in 2007 as secretary of the National Honors Society. With many athletic and academic scholarships, she never played sports on a collegiate level due to a broken back. So luckily, she chose to do a sport where there isn't much high impact, and that's women's MMA. So that was obviously shows why she was who she was, and she had many academic scholarships, and she worked that one out well. Bodybuilding News says, sorry, I'll clean up. No, you can. I just can't read it out. Cooper Marin says, rewatched Nunes versus Cyborg recently, and it's wild how quickly that happened. Yes. Jaden Wangian says, that's been the criticism of Amanda Nunes. People say she's fighting women who shouldn't even be in there. It's not her fault. Like, I wouldn't criticize her, but it's not like, it isn't the same level, man. You can't even say that. You can't even, unless we're going to pretend that it is. Joseph says, I can't wait till they stretch the coverage of UFC 300 into a 3-day event. It should be like that. Oliver Ekman says, get on headphones like the little kid at the Special Olympics. And Kenny says, ATT is a powerhouse for killers. NGL. I don't understand what NGL means. Like, dude, they're still not in. They're still not in the octagon. They're still not in the octagon. It. Like I said, I don't know if it's me that I've noticed this or whether it's just because it's really hot and I want to go to the beach. But like, I feel like it's just taking forever, like, to get from one fight to the other. And Rob McKenzie says Thug Rose versus the Gun. Who's the Gun? I look, I'm not, like I said, like, don't, like, it's not that I'm saying no women can fight. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it just does not have the depth that, like, you could probably name all the women that could really fight and that are what do you call it, well-rounded and could fight and could really do some real serious damage. Kenny says, true, it takes two to dance. And the ones that can, and the way that their body moves and the body mechanics move, it's really a sight to behold. You know, it's because it's different to men. You know, women generally haven't got a strong upper body, but are really flexible through the legs. And so the mechanics of jiu-jitsu and whatnot is completely different. And I think that's really cool. You know, just you don't have the depth in that. Two to tango. Okay. We're still going, still not starting the fight, guys. We really need you guys to just start fighting, mate. Because something tells me this fight's going the distance, man. This fight's going to go the distance. This girl, like, and both these girls' fights go the distance. I'm hoping that it doesn't, but I have a feeling that it will, and that's fine. You know, there's more important things to pray for in this world. And I've been granted a lot of my prayers, thankfully. So I'm going to take this one. It's fine. It's good. Let it go. Jaden Wanganin says it's midnight there. Jesus Christ. So is it midnight at in Canada? Dude, I'd be asleep. I would be asleep because they're still going. This is insane. Toronto says it's 12:10 a.m., says Jaden, on the world clock. Jesus. Rob McKenzie says, I'm calling rear naked submission in this one. I think someone's going to go to sleep if it's midnight. Jesus. Oliver Ekman says, please have something happen to stop the fight. Joseph says, it's too cold to fall asleep, coach. Believe me, I'm trying. You live in Canada, don't you, Joseph? Cooper Merritt says, by the time the May event rolls around, it'll probably be cold out there. Charles says, once heard some other commentators recommend a women's open weight class after bantamweight rather than featherweight. Thoughts, Fab? I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. Do you know, like, that makes it even worse because there's not that many, like, women walking, like, that if they're in shape are going to be even heavier than that. There's not, like say a 75-kilo lean woman that can fight and can last like that long cardio-wise, there'd be a handful of them in the world. So I don't know. I can't say anything about that. We're off, guys. There's no glove touch, and it's round 1, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52. Bueno Silva throws a good calf kick. Blitz by Pennington, lands a little left hook. Both girls in the orthodox stance. Yeah, no, there just isn't, like, if you do an open division, I just don't know that there'd be that many girls, like, at that weight division to fight. Like, I just don't see it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be completely wrong. I have no idea. I don't know. Like, I know there's, like, the women, like, for example, women's judo is fantastic. Just before people start making it look like I'm some, like, I hate women. I've got 2 daughters. I love my wife. There's no problem. But, like, women's judo is really good. Women's BJJ is good. The numbers, though, are different to the numbers with men. But women's judo is really good. Women's wrestling, good as well, you know. Women's judo in particular, like Japan, Mongolia, France, Cuba, like they have really good women's judo, man. Kazakhstan, like these countries have really good women's judo and they're combat sports. So I'm not shitting on women. I'm just saying like they actually want to fight like this. I don't think there'd be huge amounts of women that want to fight. And not these two. These girls are actually pretty good. Like they like throwing them and landing. And a lot of the times the girls are throwing the punches from just outside of the punching range. Pennington's looking for that single leg on Bueno Silva. Bueno Silva looked for a choke. Then she's landing some nice elbows and showing good balance. These two girls are not the worst. Like these two girls can fight. I wouldn't, if I knew they were fighting though, I'm not going to lie to you, I wouldn't pull over and watch the fight. That's the truth. But I'm not going to take anything away from them. These two girls are bringing it. They are. They're clinching in here, throwing elbows, throwing knees up the middle. It's 255 in a round one. But yeah, I wouldn't, if I was like on the far end of traffic, on the third or fourth lane or whatever, I wouldn't veer across crazily and, risk my family's life in with a semi-trailer and whatnot just to watch them fight. No. Bueno Silva did a good job of getting the takedown and tying up the legs of Pennington. Pennington looks like she's having a lot of problems dealing with the grappling of Bueno Silva, but she was so keen on getting it to the ground. That's interesting. Rear naked choke. It looks to be in by Bueno Silva. No, it's not. It's not. Pennington's getting to her feet. This is a shit position to be in. She hasn't got the far hook in, but she's kind of locking the hip in. She needs to get that left. Oh, she's crossed the legs. This is a bit of a problem for Pennington. If Bueno Silva can get one of her hands free, in particular, obviously the right hand. But it's hard with gloves, dude. It's really hard. Now she's got the wrist right. She's probably going to go back to standing. It's hard on the legs of Bueno Silva as well. It's hard on both girls, but Pennington can put her back to the cage, so she's not really carrying all of the weight. But at any moment from here, Bueno Silva can put the choke in. Now she's kind of slipped to the side, has Bueno Silva. Pennington's doing a good job of getting the 2-on-1 and controlling that hand. So she's free from the chokes. Now she's got both hooks in. Looks like she's got both hooks in. Oh, that right hand, it looks like it's getting free. That right hand is free. But I tell you, something's going to be very hard. If your head is lower than the person's head you're trying to choke, you're not going to be able to choke them. You need to have, your head has to be higher. It's just one of those things. Okay. Sorry, let me see. Toronto born and raised coach, says Joseph. Nice. Oliver Ekman says this needs to end. Cooper Marion says I'm at 11 p.m. in Dallas, probably going to be after midnight for me. Cooper Marion says some cards have literally ended at 1:30 for me. Oliver Ekman says same Cooper. Oliver Ekman says please don't let there be 5 rounds of this. Cooper Marion says just finished the in and out early now to smoke a joint through this fight, so I can truly enjoy Sean losing the next fight, says Cooper. Cooper Marion says I feel like we did an open weight after 135, it would be fine, as it would still just be the fit people right above that limit like Cyborg or Amanda. There's not many Gabby Garcias that are actually good. No, I agree with that. I just don't know. I just don't know. I have to say I don't know. And that's the end of a not unskilled but uneventful first round. Like I from what I saw, I'd say Bueno Silva kind of won that, but I mean, positionally, I don't want to run them down. I think they're both fighting their hearts out, and I think they're putting in a huge amount of effort. Do I find that entertaining? No. No. The same as that sport, men or women that play curling, for example. No offense to my Canadian friends. Please tell me about this. If you play curling, if you do play curling, let me know the intricacies of it. I, myself, do not enjoy watching it. I'm sure that it's intricate. I'm sure that it's skillful. I'm sure that it's difficult to play. I'm sure that I wouldn't get anywhere near anything if I tried to do it. Probably wouldn't even be able to move the rock things that you throw. But I just don't enjoy watching it. Rob McKenzie says, friendly bet, Fab. I'm still calling rear choke. Yeah, I mean, it could very well happen. What would you like to bet? Because I actually don't disagree with you, but I'm curious as to what you'd bet. We're off again. Pennington lands a little jab. How many rounds is this? 3. 3 rounds? Yes. 3 rounds is, I can do 3 rounds. Nice front kick down the middle by Bueno Silva. And these two girls, these two girls, they can fight. They're the better, like, quality girls that fight. Like, they actually, like, get in there and go for it, you know? But the problem is as well that they don't punch as hard, so that it looks like, to me, I see it as a different sport to men's MMA. It's a different sport. It's different the way that they have to train. Like, there's not a lot of girls that crack, you know? Like, you just saw Bueno Silva kind of just walk in. Ronda Rousey had a lot of success just kind of walking through and just grabbing them, you know? And they don't think that's like the best bet in women's MMA is in MMA in general is the lighter the women are, the more chance there is of it going to a decision. So if you want to bet on that. Oh, UFC Bantamweight Championship. Oh, no, it's 5 rounds. It's 5 rounds. I don't know. I honestly don't know that I can commentate this for 5 rounds. I really can't. Curling sucks, coach. It's like watching paint dry a sport. Oliver Ekman says, still better than this at Joseph. Oliver Ekman laughs. Honestly, like, I don't know that I would watch this over curling. Because for me, the Winter Olympics are kind of an event because you have all these unusual sports. Nice little jab. But see, like, you have all these unusual sports, and like I like bobsledding, like watching that, and so it's pretty interesting. Man, Pennington threw punches like a whole bunch of them, and some of them landed on Bueno Silva, and nothing happened. Like, Bueno Silva was obviously showing off a good chin. Bueno Silva keeps looking for the takedown. Like, these girls, I'm not taking nothing away from this. There's another thing that people get mixed up. I'm not saying that these girls don't put effort in. And this is one of the stupid things that people say. Like, I hear people say this to me. They go, the way they train, the effort they put in. I think, mate, I'm not disagreeing with you. I 100% believe it. But if we're going on that, there's a whole bunch of guys that put in, like, say, for example, if you take basketball, there's a whole bunch of guys that try and work hard and they pour it all into basketball and will never, ever play in the NBA. They probably won't even get Division I scholarships. There's guys that have pushed all in on basketball that will never even play professional basketball. You know, you have to understand this. So you can't just be based on the effort, you know. Pennington's landing huge shots on Bueno Silva. So I'm not taking away. Like, these girls are fighting their fucking hearts out. I'll give them that. This is the thing. Am I enjoying watching two women fight each other? No. And if it wasn't put just before the main event, I wouldn't be watching it. That's all I'm saying. Oh, Pennington's landing some huge shots. Bueno Silva takes them. I don't know if they're huge, but she's definitely landing the shots. And it is. It's just a different sport, man. Like, NBA and WNBA is like not almost. It is a different sport. You know, you could probably, make a few changes to make it even a little bit more crowd friendly for women, for women's sports. I don't think there'd be like all these people watching, just coming up to watch this fight. No. Well done. Bueno Silva takes her back. She's got 51 seconds, which is a long time. Pennington is holding on. She's getting the rear naked. Looks to be in. It looks to be in. Go, Bueno Silva. Go, Bueno Silva. Do it, Bueno Silva. Do it. Get the choke in. It's in deep. It's on the face. It's still on the chin. Pennington is trying to push it up. Well done, Pennington. Great effort. Well done, Pennington. Come on, Bueno Silva. Put that under her chin. Left hand. Let's see the choke. Grab her shoulder. Grab her shoulder. Pennington has a good hold. Oh, she tries to slam her on her head. Wasn't able to do it. 13 seconds to go. I believe Pennington is going to survive this. Bueno Silva's on her back. There's not going to be enough time to finish anything. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the round. Is that the second round? It just feels like an eternity. Let me see. Joseph says, Amanda Nunes should just come back just for the easy paycheck. Oliver Ekman says, Fab, can we watch a Sambo fight or something? I'm about to fall asleep. Sorry, sir. Charles says, I've never heard someone so distraught that more MMA had to be watched. Rob McKenzie says, if you win, I'll donate to your channel. If I win, you must say on your podcast that you believe that women's MMA is just as good as the men's. You know what? Let me see. How much will you donate? How much will you donate, Rob McKenzie? Let's see. How much will you donate? And you got to give me good odds, dude. You got to give me good odds, because I'll tell you something. Bona Silva looks like if she's going to win, it's going to be by rear naked chokes. So come on, give me odds. What are you going to do? Like, how much are we going to donate? This is the question here. Third round about to start. Put your money where your mouth is, Rob. Let's do it. Let's bet. Tell me how much you're going to donate, and I'll take up the bet. And I'll give a soliloquy on why women's MMA is better than men's MMA. And you can take out the snippets and put it around famously. $20. Jaden Wenningen says, Guru's probably about to burst a blood vessel watching this. Joshua Kirstein says, 100% agree with you, Coach Fab. $20, bro. Let's do it. Let's do it, Rob McKenzie. It's got to be, she's got to win by rear naked choke, not win by anything else. All right. So if she wins by rear naked choke, we're on. You win. Joshua Kirsten says, Valentina and Rose are the only two female fighters that I'll tune in for. At this stage, yes, I can't name too many others that I'd go, yeah. Oh, and the Chinese girl. The Chinese girl can fight too. She's got to win by rear naked choke, dude. I'm taking a bet. Let's go. I'm taking the bet. And I will give a soliloquy, right? I will give a soliloquy if Buena Silva wins. I'll talk about how, yeah. It's got to be by rear naked choke, though. Pennington's landing some knees up the middle. If not, I'll get $20, mate. Show me the money. Let's go. $20. My kids eat. My kids eat, and Frankie will eat today. Rob McKenzie says, done. Kenny says, I'll throw 10 on top of Rob's 20. All right, we're on. We're on. Cooper Marion says, does rear naked over the jaw count? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Cooper Marion says, like the Khabib face crank deal. Yeah, it does. It counts. I will give a soliloquy. If she wins, I will give a soliloquy. If she loses, I'll get the money, mate. Now there's $30 on the line. That's Kenny and Thingamabobby. Oh, she's in, and it's not a rear naked. She's in, ladies and gentlemen. Is the thumb through on the bicep? She's in deep. Come on, Bueno Silva. Well done, Pennington. Well done, Pennington. Doesn't look like Bueno Silva has a squeeze anymore, gentlemen. It might be parting. Hey, you know what the system does? The system is bad at separating rich men from their money, and it looks like I'm about to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, are we going to see a change in the class system here? I'm about to separate these rich men from their money. Let's go, Pennington. Work the body, Pennington. Big knees up the middle by Bueno Silva, one of the most exciting fights I've ever seen in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, these two warriors of the ring are going to do battle for 25 consecutive minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, Pennington is putting money in the bank with some of the hardest knees I've ever seen in MMA in general. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, what a fight. It's edge of my seat excitement. Robin McKenzie says, I'm sweating bullets now. You gotta make good on your bet, Rob. Kenny says, LMAO. Oliver Ekman says, we will donate my entire bank account if you end this fight, Fab. Exiting now, Fab. He's moving away. They're moving away. Look at this fight, ladies and gentlemen. This fight is exciting. We've all of a sudden made this fight exciting. That takedown by Pennington. Oh, no. The takedown was by Bueno Silva, and Pennington's looking for a submission of her own. She's got the top control on Bueno Silva. Bueno Silva is caught with a kind of guillotine. It could be looking at the start of a guillotine, if not a Japanese necktie. She could be looking for a dust. This is a good entry to the dust. What would help you here, Pennington, is if you put your knee, your leg close to the top. Yes, close to the head, but you got to get, yes, move, Pennington. Move. Well done, Pennington. Land some shots. Bueno Silva looks gassed, ladies and gentlemen. She does not look like she would have the squeeze on the rear naked choke. These leg kicks are not going to help. There's 1 minute to go in the third round in this exciting matchup between these two women. Here comes Pennington. They walk in. Pennington wades in. More investments. More investments to the bread box with some dirty boxing. Bueno Silva goes looking for a takedown. If she's not successful, it's going to take the 5-finger guillotine by Pennington on Bueno Silva. Bueno Silva looks. She drops to her bum to avoid it. She is gassed. She's not going to get a take. She's not going to get a rear naked choke. No, sir, she's not. She's eating leather from Pennington. Pennington is landing some big shots. Ladies and gentlemen, what a fight we have on our hands. There's $30. There is $30 on the line here for Fab. Oliver Aikman says, this title fight should have been the first fight of the night. Rob McKenzie says, I'm in exiting. Hey, no coaching, Fab. I'm coaching her the whole way. The whole way. Keep your posture, Pennington. Keep your posture. Well done, Pennington. Well done. Bueno Silva is not looking good. There are some rich men that are going to be parted from their money tonight, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to be parted from their money. Fab is going to make bank. Bueno Silva looks the worse for wear. She's taken some shots, mate. She's, as Michael Schiavella would say, she's taken more hits than the internet. Look at this. There's trouble brewing here in the Bueno Silva camp. Raquel Pennington is starting to heal up like a young Wolverine. She has a creepy dude working on a lump on her head, and she looks like she's going to win this fight, ladies and gentlemen. Mayra Bueno Silva is still looking for, she's got a mouse happening on the side of her head. She's taken some big shots. She's taken some damage. Are they going to be able to fix it? Cooper Marin says, Fab's about to be up to $150 for the stream. That's more than I would ever have thought. A young kid like me, I would never have thought that I would have made that kind of money on a stream. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a big day. As Ice Cube would say, today was a good day. Rob McKenzie says, it ain't over till it's over, Fab. No, it's not, ladies and gentlemen, but there is no coming back from this. There is no coming back from this. Oh, Raquel Pennington with a monster Superman punch over the top. Bueno Silva goes looking for a calf kick, and both ladies are exchanging in the middle. Round 4, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44. Ladies and gentlemen, what a fight we have on our hands. There's so much money. There is so much money at stake here, ladies and gentlemen. So much for both the girls and for a certain commentator. Would I go so far as to call myself a YouTube personality? I might if I win this fight. Let's go. If I win the fight. Raquel Pennington is looking for an inside trip. 4 minutes and 17 seconds to go in round 4. What a compelling fight. A pendulum shifting fight that's occurred here in this women's bantamweight division to crown a new queen of the bantamweight division. Let's go. Raquel Pennington has pressed Bueno Silva up against the cage. Bueno Silva looks like she's having cardio issues. There's 4 minutes to go in this round. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that Bueno Silva does not have the gas in her left to finish the rear naked choke. What a compelling fight. Oliver, what is she doing? Kenny, she's fighting, ladies and gentlemen. She's fighting. Oliver Ekman says Fab should be on the commentary. Laugh out loud. Makes this fight way better. Bodybuilding News is enjoying it as well. And Cooper Marion says Raquel's fighting like she knows what's on the line in this chat. She does. She can hear us. Look at her go, ladies and gentlemen. Raquel Pennington. Oh, Bueno Silva's looking for this choke with 3 minutes to go. She's looking to take the back. She's got one hook in. Raquel Pennington, put your back to the cage. Put your back on the cage, Raquel Pennington, and scoot to your left. You've got to get that right elbow in and get that underhook while you slide to your left. Put your elbow back in, Raquel. Raquel, put your elbow back in. That's it. Put your elbow back in there. And don't elbow her knee. Don't now. Oh, Bueno Silva's not going to take the back. Put your back on the cage. Put your back on the elevation. Elevation is what counts, man. Here, Elevation is what counts. She's got the squeeze. It's under the chin. Ladies and gentlemen, is it under the chin? It looks to be. Raquel Pennington might have the angle, though. She might be able to get out of this. Yes, she's out of it. Raquel Pennington looks to be out of this. Yes, she is. What an example of heart, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a daughter, you want her to be like Raquel Pennington. Look at this. Look at the heart that she has shown. One of the greatest escapes I have seen in my life. Watch out for the Kimura trap that's coming, Pennington. Bueno Silva is in deep on the Kimura. She will look for this sweep to elevate her with a hook. She has a left hook in there. Left little butterfly hook. She'll look to elevate her, but she can't sweep her because the cage is there. So hence, this is going to make this Kimura track redundant. And Bueno Silva saw that, and she's let go of it. Now she's stacked up against the cage. She does not have the squeeze left for any kind of rear naked choke. Pennington has the position on her. Looking for the armbar is Bueno Silva. Is she going to get it? Is she in deep enough? No, she's not, ladies and gentlemen. She's very, very gassed. She can't move her hips properly against the cage. Pennington has a superior positioning. This is one of the most exciting fights I have seen in my life, ladies and gentlemen. The fighting that's occurring here is really, really something to behold. Oh, the triangle could be in. Is the triangle in? She's trying to compromise the posture of Pennington. Pennington has regained her posture. There isn't going to be no triangle. She's got an arm back in, and now she's hitting her again. She's landing shot after shot on Bueno Silva. Bueno Silva is both gassed and hurt here, ladies and gentlemen. 1 minute to go. It could be the rocket ships that's being launched by Pennington. Could end this fight at any second. What an amazing fight. She looks like she works for, what's that dude's name? Tesla. The guy that's just launching ships up into the space. That's what Pennington's shots are looking like, ladies and gentlemen. What a fight. What a fight. This is an incredible fight. Edge of your seat excitement, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this fight. Go, Pennington. Go, you good thing. Pass the guard, Pennington. Pass the guard. Strike and pass the guard. Strike first. Throw a big punch. There it is. Well done. Pennington's listening to me. Well done. Posture back up. 20 seconds to go. Well done, Pennington. Well done. Stand up, Pennington. Stand up and throw bombs. Stand up, throw bombs, and pass the guard. Go. Well done. 10 seconds to go, Pennington. Body, head, Pennington from the closed guard. Go. There's no armbar there. Nice shots. Landing some hammer fist 2-1, and that's round 4. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to get paid. Cooper Marion says Raquel fighting like she knows what's on the line in this chat, and she knows. She knows. I've never seen her this aggressively honest, says Cooper Marion. Robin McKenzie says, let's go. Oliver Ekman's having a good last. Joseph says, Coach channeling, down goes Frazier, down goes Frazier. Oliver Ekman's laughing. Kenny says, no. Rob McKenzie says, I'm jumping around the room. Cooper Marion says that was basically our Super Bowl. No, I'm not full of shit, Oliver Ekman. Rob McKenzie says a fight of the century. Cooper Marion says Fab's looking for the finish. Rob McKenzie's urging her to get the back. Bueno Silva's not looking good. She's got a mouse under her eye. She looks like she's going to have trouble seeing. I think they should cut the eye. Cut the eye, Mickey. Cut the eye. She's getting ready to come out. What an exciting fight, ladies and gentlemen. I am sweating buckets here. I'm going off like a bucket of prawns in the sun. Look at her. She comes out. She's ready to die. She's ready to go out on a shield. Pennington comes out as well. These ladies are going to exchange. They're going to look, man, this is like the Cold War. This goes back to the Soviet Union and the US days when they both had all the nuclear missiles aimed at each other. This is what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. We have ourselves a Cold War. And now it's just, mate, unbridled nuclear attacks from each of these women. Now there's some dirty boxing with knees in the middle. Oh, the spinning fist by Bueno Silva. Exchange combinations by Pennington. Everything you see here, ladies and gentlemen. You're seeing the sweet science of boxing, mate. You're seeing everything. You're seeing the sport of 8 limbs, the wrestling, the grappling. You're seeing it all. This is what MMA is all about. As David Stern will talk about basketball back in the day when he'd give those, like the NBA awards, and he'd say, this is truly what basketball excellence is all about. 30 points, 10 rebounds, Scottie Pippen. Today you are the NBA stars. And this is, we need David Stern to give out the belt at the end of this fight and give out one of those NBA 1998, 1997 speeches. This is what we need in this fight. Because right now, Raquel Pennington is showing that kind of all-star excellence that Scottie Pippen showed when he wore those red shoes in that fateful day when he was the all-star champion, when he was the all-star MVP. Right now, Pennington is gonna get the head arm choke. Do it, Pennington. Do it. Bueno Silva is gassed out. She's got her right. She's gonna tap, Pennington. She's gonna tap. Don't squeeze too hard. Just stay there. You're smothering her. She's already gassed. Don't give her room. She wants to get her elbow down to the floor. Don't let it happen. Just stay there. You need to get your shoulder below her chin. Drive down and forward. Do it. Just stay there. There's 3 minutes to go. Don't squeeze too hard. Shoulder down and press forward. The punches from Bueno Silva, the way she can generate that amount of power to the ribs of Pennington. Pennington will surely have a broken rib from those powerful shots. Let's go, Pennington. Just stay there. You're smothering her. Shoulder. Don't let her get her elbow to the floor. You just have to hold her there. In judo, this would have been a pin already. So you stay there. Well done, guys. What a fight. What an absolute fight. Just stay there, Pennington. It honestly feels like Pennington and I are connected. It honestly feels like that. Do not let her get her elbow to the floor. Keep landing those shots to the body. That softened her up. Well done, Pennington. Pennington, stay there. Pennington. Stay there. Just stay there, Pennington. You're smothering her. Shoulder down and forward. Pennington. Well done. She's trying to roll out. You can switch now. You can switch into like a crank. Switch it to a crank. You can still get it. Switch it to a crank. Put your right arm over her ear. Good work. Yes, put it over her ear. Get your hand free. We're going to do this, Pennington. We're going to do this. Look at us go. We're going to do it. Pay me my money, guys. Pay me my money. Joseph said, you're going to eat lightning and you're going to crap thunder. Yes. Oh, she got out of the head arm choke, mate. Well done, guys. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. This is one of the most compelling acts of combat I have ever seen, ladies and gentlemen. This goes right back to what it would have felt like to watch the Mongol hordes try and sack Europe, and in some cases they were successful. This is one of those moments in human history, ladies and gentlemen. We have not seen anything like this as Raquel Pennington opens up with lefts and rights to the head of Bueno Silva. But Bueno Silva is showing off an iron chin and a heart to match, ladies and gentlemen. What a fight this is. What a fight. I can say that I knew where I was at 4:40 p.m. on the 21st of the 1st, 2024. And I can't even say that about the day my kids were born. I wouldn't even know the time or barely know the date, but I know where I will have been at this particular time because we just witnessed history. Fedor-like casting punches by Raquel Pennington and an inside kick like a young Donald Cerrone against Miles Jury. This is incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Everything that you have seen in MMA is being showcased by Raquel Pennington here against Bueno Silva. There she goes, looking for the casting punch. There's no quit in Bueno Silva. She throws the up kick, trying to finish this fight. But more of the Donald Cerrone kicks on a young Miles Jury. Bueno Silva's content to stop the onslaught and lose this fight, but 3 seconds to go. There's the Fedor-like casting punch, reminiscent of the fight against Antonio Nogueira. Ladies and gentlemen, that signifies the end of the fight. And for you people that owe me money, pay me my money. Pay it. Pay it, ladies and gentlemen. And hey, I'll tell you something else that my father once said to me is don't add insult to injury, and I won't, but just pay me my money. Look at me. Look at me now. Look at me now. Let's see what has been said on the chat. Oliver Ekman says, we just need to donate for women's fights to liven up a bit. I can do that if you donate. Robbie McKenzie says, never heard you so pumped, Fab. I've never been paid so much money. Cooper Marion says, I rewatched Rocky while sick and cutting the eye had me dying. Joseph says, you're going to eat lightning and got to crap thunder. Cooper Marion says, this is mixing the martial arts. This is mixing history, dude. Kenny says, bruh. And Rob McKenzie says, points off for coaching. Joseph says, next Rocky remake, we get ourselves Coach Mickey. Kenny says, bueno, get up. Oliver Ekman says, look at us go. Oliver Ekman says, Fab's the best. Cooper Marion says, 90 seconds till Fab gets to give the kids a deluxe beach vacation. Yes, sir. Rob McKenzie says, this has gone from boring to the most exciting fight ever. Oliver Ekman says, I would have been sleeping if it wasn't for Fab. Oliver Ekman says, where's it at, Rob? Jaden Wanganing says, if you ever see one of these women in the woods fighting a bear, help the bear. Rob McKenzie says, a bet's a bet, mate. PayPal now. Nice, Rob. I love it. Thank you, sir. Your nose is broken. It's an improvement. Joseph. Frankie says, Frankie eating good today. Yes, sir. Nothing but raw food. Look at it. There it is. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Kenny. Hey, Rob, where's the money, man? Cheers, Fab. We'll get you next time. I'm here willing to take bets at any given time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Kenny. Rob, I want to see the money, brother. I want to see the money. And if you can't pay it, Rob, I understand as well. But me, I always think you should honor your bets. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. And now we have Strickland versus Du Plessis coming up soon. I will be back in about 4 hours when the fight's on. I'll be back. I'll come back down in about 5 minutes to go or something. Legitimate question here, ladies and gentlemen. Do we need to see the main event after this? Have we reached peak oil as far as MMA is concerned? Are we at a point where you're not going to see anything better than what we just saw in terms of excitement, in terms of build-up, in terms of actual execution of martial arts technique in its purity? Or are we done, man? Are we good? Are we just at a point where we can't even talk about this anymore? should the UFC just close down? Because from here, I believe it's downhill. We saw one of the most exciting fights ever on this planet. Let me see. Okay, thank God that it's over. Rob McKenzie says, Kenny, did you PayPal? I sent the money, but nothing came up. You're one of those guys. Oh, I see, Rob McKenzie. Where do you live, Rob? In WA? Of course, yes. Because that kind of thing wouldn't happen in Sydney, where you say, no, I paid you the money I owed you. I just didn't get to your end. All right, Rob. All right, mate. We still love you. I still understand. It's cool. It's fine. Kenny says, how can Buena talk so much shit and get dominated? Did she talk a lot of shit? I don't even know because I didn't follow it. Kenny says, Rob McKenzie, yeah, mine's linked to my PayPal. Oliver Ekman says, come on, Rob. Kenny says, Raquel seems like a good person. Bodybuilding News says, laugh out loud. Joseph says, laughing my fucking ass off. Stop this, coach. Rob McKenzie says, I always pay my bets, just trying to figure it out. Says I sent it to Fabricio. If you sent it to me, my brother, you sent it. I believe you, man. We haven't come this far not trusting each other. I'm just saying I haven't received it yet. And I've got 3 kids, and one of them's not going to eat tonight. Cooper Marion says, that was an Oscar-level performance, Fab. Mate, I just don't think I have anything less. Dr. Smurfer says, who you guys got for Strickland versus Du Plessis? I got Du Plessis by stoppage early or Strickland late, either by decision or stoppage. Hegemonium says, love this, Fab. Thank you from the US. No, thank you, man. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already and hit the notification bell. Oliver Ekman says some guy named Fabrico just got $20. Nah, man, it was I don't know. Did the fight actually get better? Because I got so into it that I was like, fuck yeah, this fight's good. I don't know if that fight was actually got better as it progressed. Joseph says, I think after watching the most amazing fight of all time, the logical thing is to move on to power slap. I think so. I think we're done, eh? UFC. I've seen take me home and put me to bed because I've seen enough to know I've seen it all. That was one of the best performances, like in general, that I've seen with anything. Now we've got Du Plessis versus Strickland. It's going to be very interesting, It's going to be very, very interesting. They're both. And the other thing is, man, people don't get, like, Strickland's a big guy, man. Like, he's not a little guy. Like, lately, in the last probably 3 or 4 fights of his, like, I've been like, fuck, this guy's a big dude, man. Like, bigger than you think he is, And I think that's another thing that makes it difficult. And people go on and on. Like, you can't be that much bigger than everyone else. And if you are that much bigger, then you have to come down in weight. And that's going to affect you. And I think that's what happened with Pereira. Like, Pereira, like, he couldn't stay at middleweight. And he'd gone up to light heavyweight already. Kickboxing came back down to middleweight. I don't think people understand how difficult that is to do. Joseph says, I can't believe that Strickland dropped easy like that on round 1, 2. Yeah. My thing, and I said it, you can look at what I said before the fight, was if Strickland wins the first round, then I think he could get it. Hegemonium says, Du Plessis BJJ is ridiculous. Ridiculous in what way? Because I've seen him have some not good moments on the ground, dude. Like, I'm sure he's good at certain points. There's a difference between being good at certain positions. I do imagine that he'd be really, really good, like, as far as like if he's on top in your half guard, he'd be a big problem. Big, strong guy, long arms, and he's obviously got a good base. He wrestled in judo. I think that'd be a problem. But I've seen him in not good positions as well. You know what I mean? Against guys that I don't think would do that well. You know what I mean? So I think Strickland, grappling wise, he'll be fine. I don't think that Strickland. I think Du Plessis can do it. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I think it can be Du Plessis early and Strickland late. I mean, it could go the other way, but that's my take on it. That is my take. I've seen him get hit a lot as well. You know, I've seen him get in the Tavares fight, and Tavares is good, man. He's very good. He's very steady. He's very tough, but he's not as like tidy necessarily as Strickland, you know. And he takes a lot of shots as well. Does Brad? Whereas Strickland's got very good defense, man, and very good eye. He's got a brilliant eye, and he understands the distance really, really well. He fights in that kind of Philly shell. He's got good grappling. He's a big guy. He's a problem. I don't think we're ever going to see this fucking fight, eh? Like, it's just going to go forever. The build-up's still going. They haven't even started their walks yet. They haven't even started their walks. I'd like to get this cracking, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, could it be? Could it be? Yeah, there he is, Du Plessis. He's walking in. Yeah, I like Strickland. I like Strickland a little more out of the two. Like, not a little more. Like, I kind of followed Strickland's career for a very long time. Kenny says I can't pick a winner. It's a tough one. This one, it's a tough one. Both guys are kind of like unorthodox in their own ways, and it's really going to be who can establish that game on the other one. Because the thing I was going to say to you is he's very tidy, Strickland. You know, and if he can start to impose that game, it's going to be very hard for as the fight progresses in the later rounds for Du Plessis to keep doing that. It takes a lot of energy to be that erratic. But having said that, early on in the fight, a big strong guy like that, he can get that done. He can get it done. He hits hard. He's heavy-handed. Big mean guy. Yeah, he can do it. Du Plessis he's about to take his shirt off. I'd never seen that thing that people say about him kissing his coaches. The other day I was rolling, I was grappling with a dude and he like brushed my lips with his lips and it really fucking disgusted me, to be honest with you. There's a hug. Is it just a normal hug? There was a kiss there. All right. Coming from a Latin culture, I will say this: both my parents are Uruguayan. Coming from a Latin culture, we do kiss on the cheek. I never even heard about that prior to this. It's fucking interesting because you know why it's different as well? Because it's such a juxtaposition. Like all the South African men that I've met, like especially like the white South African dudes that I've met have been really like ultra manly, you know, that I've met. Anyways, I'm just saying. Like really like ultra manly, like tough kind of guys. And it's just a juxtaposition of seeing that. It just makes me laugh. Not in a bad way. Just in like I genuinely learned something when I had heard about that. Jaden Wankening says that was your payment. There's also a cheeky crotch grab from his coach in the corner during one of his fights. See, I didn't know. Life is irony, says Bodybuilding News. Joseph says nothing wrong with a little Bessel, but that's it. Laugh out loud. Cooper Merritt says strange culture out there. Yeah, I've never come across that ever in my life, you know. But hey, it is what it is, man, and all good. Won't matter for this fight, really, to be honest with you. I might start doing that, when we watch women's fights, We got to pick a winner, and I'll bet people, something. But it's got to bet big, and people got to pay their bets. Otherwise, it ruins the credit rating. That's fucking how the 2008 financial crisis happened, from people doing stuff like that on the internet. Jaden Wanganin says it's 2024. If you're not kissing your homies and copying Phil, what are you doing? Kenny says Drake just bet $700,000 on Strickland. Oliver Ekman says I'll put 10 on Strickland. What do you mean, Oliver Ekman? Tell me what the bet is. Let me hear it. Oliver Ekman says we don't want another 2008. You've already paid too much money. Your donation was massive, man. Cooper Marion says Sean should really come out to the Hulk Hogan. I am a real American. Something like that for sure. He's a serious cat. I'm a fan of his. I like Sean Strickland. I like the way he fights. I like the way I'm not saying I want to hear every fucking speech he does, but yeah. Robbie McKenzie says, I just paid Fab, says I sent it to you truly. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Perhaps if you could share that with us here somehow, maybe so that I can put it up so people can see that you honored your bet. I don't want the streets of Perth to riot. Cooper Marion says, would be more fitting than a metal version of when the Saints come marching in. Is that, what entrance music is he using? He's a long, like, real fit dude, man. Is this fellow? Du Plessis may get it done, dude. This is too close of a fight to pick, I think. I just think that if the fight gets going and Sean can put that pace on him, it's going to be hard. It's going to be very fucking hard to get it back. But in those first exchanges early on, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be a crazy-ass fight. Sean's a little taller, 6'1". I was looking up at the thing. Let's see. It only takes a few shots, man. We'll see. Oh, okay. I see. Now I was just talking about the music that Sean came out to. This is going to take another 15 minutes. Oh, they're both 6'1". Okay. Interesting. Oh, well, they're basically the same. Everything's the same. And Sean's 32. And see, 32 and 30 at this point, it doesn't really matter. But when you hit like 30, say 33 and 35, that starts to matter, man, because you could be just in your peak and the other guy's well and truly left it. So it's a very precarious age, like those ages. Charles says, how can they put the main event on at midnight? I'm struggling. Just says, I can't wait till Strickland tags in Poatan on the championship rounds. Laugh out loud. Oliver Ekman says, I'm betting Sean by late finish or decision. Like, yeah, I can't take that bet, dude, because I think that is a viable option, or Du Plessis early. I see these are the two most viable options. I don't see like it going like, I mean, it could go a different way, but I doubt it. I've never really seen, other than Usman, I've never seen anyone like hold Sean down. You know what I mean? And that was a long time ago. That was a really, really long time ago. Like, I've never seen someone out wrestle him and out grapple him or anything. And at middleweight, like, I mean, his last fight was middleweight was Jack Marshman, and then Brendan Allen, Jotko, Hall, Hermanson, I lost to Pereira, decision lost as a split decision to Cannonier, Imavov, Magomedov, and Adesanya. This is a fucking impressive resume, man. And Dricus does too. Oliver Ackerman says you'll still have $30 after if Rob paid. Nah, because I can't. I can't take the bet because I agree with you. You know what I mean? Like I can't say to you, I can't go. Oh, Sean's gonna. Like I think that's the way that it'll go. It'll be Thingo by Dricus by decision by finish early or Sean by decision late or by stoppage. Dricus looks like Superman, dude. His body looks like jacked. Oliver Aikman says, Fab, I bet that one of them will win and put the house on it. Yeah, I think so. We could take that, and it'd be a draw. I'm going to take my kids to the beach after this. I promised them, and they just haven't stopped asking me. How do I get these little kids to understand that the UFC has changed things and just made it the longest thing ever? It just feels like it goes on and on. Kenny says, Dricus looks good, not going to lie. Yeah, 100%. Cooper Merritt says, I think we all win as we are playing the game of life, and that's better than most. Bodybuilding News says that the fight is on Bay Street. That's a headquarters for all the mining companies around the world because they don't enforce international law. Dricus jacked, handsome, and got a dope accent. Better hide your women. That is true, my friend. That is true. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start. We're about to kick it off. Dricus is crouched down, and both guys go into the center of the octagon. This is round 1, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, and we're off. Both men in the orthodox stance. Sean goes looking for a little front kick, throws a jab out, trying to get a read of Dricus. Dricus goes looking for a calf kick. Sean does well to get out of the way. Dricus with a nice high guard. Sean with a nice front kick down the middle. That's what we're going to have to see a lot of from Sean, I believe, here. Dricus did go looking for a high kick. Another nice jab lands by Sean. Snapping the head back of Dricus. Nice front kick down the middle by Sean, and then a jab. Dricus keeping his guard high. That's what's interesting. That's what's good for him. Inside kick lands by Sean. Another jab by Sean. Sean's touching him. This is important. He's touching him. He's getting good reads on him. Dricus switches to southpaw momentarily, then back to orthodox. Then lands another jab, does Sean. And a front kick up the middle. Nice leg kick by Dricus. Dricus with a nice right hand lead followed by a left hand. Though people don't understand, when you throw combinations like that on that kind of blitz, it really throws people off their rhythm. 3 minutes and 41 seconds to go. It's an exciting fight. Sean with a 1-2. Sean again looking for that jab, looking to land that jab. Nice front kick up the middle by Sean, and he hides that front kick well behind the right hand. Dricus throws, man, in bad intentions too, you know, especially early in the fight. It's going to be a problem. After about 7 minutes, I got Sean doing this for the rest of the fight. But at this stage in the fight, any of these shots can land from Dricus and it can put Sean out. Two minutes and 59 seconds to go. Nice little combination. Dricus took it on the gloves, but Sean landed it on the gloves. Like it rocks your head. And Sean's giving him good little looks, making Dricus react. Nice shoulder roll from Sean from that. Nice front kick up the middle. And Dricus answers with a left kick to the body of his own. Two minutes and 32 seconds to go. Oh, Dricus with a nice left high kick. Sean saw that and rolled out of the way. Good vision by Sean. Dricus also moving his head. Nice. Dricus switches to southpaw and throws a left-hand lead. Oh, throws a big combination. Does Dricus, but Sean has managed to slide out of the way. Oh, 1-2 lands by Sean. And then 1 landed by Sean again. Dricus goes to move in, but Sean hits him to the body with a front kick. Dricus goes in with a big combination. He's throwing him. Sean's leaning out of the way. Dricus is trying to pressure him with 155 to go in the first round. Nice leg kick lands by Dricus. Partially checked by Sean. Sean keeps a high guard for Dricus as well. Nice. Dricus goes looking for a huge right hand over the top. Again with a right hand over the top. And the left high kick. Nice. He's looking for the double leg on Sean. He's in deep. Sean is defending well. Dricus is in deep. Sucks the legs out of Sean. 1 minute and 21 seconds to go. Sean's looking to get back to his feet. Dricus is doing a good job of holding him here, but I believe that Sean's going to be able to post on his right hand and get back to his feet. If he does manage to do this, it will suck a lot of the air out of Dricus. It is hard to do what Dricus is doing right now, ladies and gentlemen, if he cannot hold him down. As long as Sean doesn't capitulate the takedown, it's going to be a problem. Yes, well done, Sean. This is difficult now, see? This is difficult. Because Sean has managed to get back to his feet. Dricus is throwing big shots, trying to win this. He's trying to win the round. This is a good job by Dricus. He knows he can't capitulate rounds to Sean early on because Sean's going to keep coming on strong. Oh, throws a big right hand, misses by inches. Does Dricus, throws a calf kick. Nice jab lands by Sean. They exchange jabs. Dricus in the southpaw stance. Sean throws a kick to the body. Dricus lands another kick to the legs. Dricus goes looking for a left high kick. Partially lands on Sean. Goes, throws a big right hand. 14 seconds to go. Sean lands a jab. Another jab's answered by Dricus. Dricus doing a good job of coming on strong and not losing this round. I don't know who's winning this round, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, nice right hand lands by Sean. Dricus blitzes in, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the round. I don't know who won the round. I feel like Sean might have won it. But it was a very close round. I feel like Sean might have won that round. I don't know. It was a hell of a round, though. It was a hell of a round. That was a hell of a round. This second round is going to be very, very telling, I believe. If Dricus can't get him out of here in the next 5 minutes, I think it's going to be difficult for him to maintain this rhythm against Sean because Sean is touching him and touching him and touching him. And Sean can fight like that all night. So irrespective of who won this first round in the judges' eyes, I think Dricus needs to get him out of there in the second round. This last punch here, boom. Oh, it didn't flush land. It didn't flush land. I thought it did. But both these guys are throwing bombs, dude. Bombs. Dricus is throwing some heavy leather, man. Sean's doing a good job to scoot out of the way, you know. It's really awkward timing, does Sean. Just keeps putting that jab out there. Is Sean. When Dricus switches to southpaw, he's throwing that big right hand, is Dricus. Nice leg kick by Dricus. And he's also... When he switches to southpaw, Sean kicks him, kicks the body. Oh, well done, Sean. Nice little jab lands by Sean. They're not huge, man. The shots aren't huge by Sean, but he's touching him. And it does take it out of you as the fight progresses to have a guy in your face, and it fatigues your neural system as well. It fatigues you neurally to be reacting to that. Big shots, huge movements by Dricus, which makes him very, very dangerous early. Nice spinning attack from Dricus. All of these things require energy, though. He's a super dangerous guy, Dricus, early on in the fight, I believe. Oh, nice leg kick again by Dricus. Nice little kick down the middle by Sean. Sean doubles up on a jab. Nice. He's getting big reactions from Dricus as well. Do not underestimate it. When you get jabbed in the face, it hurts. There you go. Nice. Sean lands 2 jabs and gets out of the way. Does such a great job of sliding out of the distance. Oh, man. Big spinning attack from Du Plessis. Partially lands that right hand with 3 minutes to go in the second round. Throws a kick to the closed side of the body of Sean. Sean comes forward with a jab. Sean keeps touching Du Plessis. Du Plessis still got a lot of juice left in him, but Sean is touching him. Nice by Du Plessis. Big combination, misses on Sean. Sean goes looking for another jab. Du Plessis changes level and throws a hook. Nice little right hand lands by Sean. Du Plessis is doing a great job of stuttering his steps to mess up the timing as he throws the shots. Oh, nice leg kick lands by Du Plessis. Goes to throw another leg kick and then a spinning attack. But Sean is not rushing in. He's very clever. He knows it's a long fight. It's very clear which way this fight is going to go. Early Du Plessis or late Sean. And Strickland knows this. Oh, man. And there's level changes from Du Plessis. 2 minutes to go in the second round. Nice check by Sean. Nice check across his body. It only takes one check sometimes. Oh, the exchange in tight. 1 minute and 55 seconds to go. Oh, Du Plessis swinging for the fences, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, nice rips to the body by Du Plessis. Sean way ahead in head strikes, albeit nearly all jabs, but still, man, he's touching you. Oh, another jab lands. Oh, a 1-2 from Sean. Oh, the left hand over the top by Du Plessis. Sean sees him, gets out of the way. Oh, there's the right hand lands by Du Plessis. Du Plessis starting to get a good understanding of the distance of Sean. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. Oh, those hooks coming in from Du Plessis are dangerous. They're scary and they're dangerous. Oh, there he landed it on the temple of Sean. 1 minute and 4 seconds to go. He's looking to finish it, but Sean's getting out of the way. He's getting out of the way. There's Du Plessis looking for the takedown again. Sean straight back to his feet. This starts to tax you, I'm telling you. If you can't hold him down, it's one of the things that takes the most energy out of you is the double leg. And then the guy's not letting you rest at the end of it. So Sean's doing a great job here of not capitulating the takedown. Hits a switch. He's looking for the switch on Du Plessis. Du Plessis gets to his feet, looks for a knee. Well done by Sean to hit that switch. 28 seconds to go in round 2. That hook, he's looking for the hook, checked by Sean on the low kick. Sean looks for the jab. Oh! Huge shots by Du Plessis. The wherewithal of Sean to keep his hands up is so good. Sean's got a cut above his eye. That was that big left hook from the to the temple. Sean lands another jab. Wow. I don't know who's winning the fight. I don't know who's winning this fight, dude. I feel like Sean might be winning it. I don't know. I can't fucking rightfully say. It's a very close fight. It's a very close fight. Because the takedowns are defended and managed very well by Sean. And I feel that Sean's landing a lot of jabs. And as the fight progresses, this is going to get worse and worse for Du Plessis. But Du Plessis is throwing the bigger shots and he's starting to get the range. He has landed some of those big left hooks, big right hands. For Sean to win, he has to be focused, stay on, jab, and keep doing what he's doing. And keep staying out of that range. Du Plessis has expended a huge amount of energy in these first 2 rounds. Definitely expended a huge amount of energy. And this third round, fourth and fifth is a long way to fight still. But his eyes almost closed from the jabs. And we're off again. 57, 56, 54. Right kick to the body's coming from Sean as Du Plessis fighting the southpaw stance. And he does such a good job of hiding that kick. Oh! Du Plessis takes a big step in and throws that nice jab by Sean lands. Du Plessis looking to get that range on those big overhand rights. People saying it's a round apiece. I don't. When he blitzes in and he throws those bombs, mate. I don't know. Is he going to catch Sean? I don't know, man. He throws Sean scooting out of the way. Oh, nice kick to the body. Sean lands a pair of jabs now. Oh, man, Sean's got good angles on him too, the way he gets out of the way. The combination of that right and left that Du Plessis is throwing, even switching his stances as he punches through. Fantastic the way he does that. Nice leg kick. And he's really fighting at a high pace, is Du Plessis. He's got really good control and awareness of the cage, does Sean. Lands a nice little combination on Du Plessis. Du Plessis goes looking, Sean's out of the way now. Goes looking for the left high kick. His ability to get that left high kick easily going is very, very impressive. Switches to southpaw, does Du Plessis. Mate, this is a great fight. A great, great fight. Nice low kick by Du Plessis. Sean scoots out of the way and throws a couple of jabs. Spinning attacks by Du Plessis. Du Plessis still going forward. Sean scooting out of the way. Du Plessis is looking for that massive left hook. Sean scoots out of the way again. Du Plessis with big kicks to the body. Throws another combination. Sean gets out of the way with 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go in round 3. Another jab lands by Sean. Oh, they exchange kicks with Du Plessis getting the better of it. Nice jab lands by Sean. Du Plessis looking for the right hand over the top, looking for a spinning attack. Sean gets out of the way. Du Plessis still coming in strong, but he looks like he may have slowed down a tiny bit with 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the third round. Still got a lot of power behind his shots. He's trying to walk through Sean, but those stiff jabs, man, they take it out of you as well. Du Plessis still coming forward. He lands one on Sean, but Sean answers back. Sean he lands another jab. Lands a little left hook, does Sean. One minute and 40 seconds to go in round 3. Oh, big left hand by Du Plessis, swing and a miss. Sean keeps landing the jab though. 1-2 lands by Sean, and there's no immediate answer from Du Plessis, which allows Sean to scoot out of the way. Du Plessis still chasing him around the octagon. Du Plessis spinning back kick. Little exchange. Sean got the better of it. Nice jab lands by Du Plessis. They exchanging close. But all those movements, the spinning back kicks, all that, they take a lot of oxygen. Sean is so economical in his fighting abilities and his fighting style. Du Plessis slowed down. He slowed down significantly. There's 38 seconds to go in this round. Du Plessis covering up and trying to come in. He's got a huge heart, does Du Plessis. He just keeps coming. Du Plessis goes looking for a single leg and switches that to a kind of knee tap, left hook kind of thing that he threw. No luck there. 22 seconds to go. Kick to the body by Sean, which landed. 19 seconds to go. The exchange, there's 16 seconds to go. Sean lands another jab. Du Plessis lands a little left hand. 5 seconds to go. 2, 1. Big left hand lands by Sean. Big left hand landed by Sean. To me, Sean's winning. Like he's either won 2 rounds or all 3. That's how I see it. It's a close fight though. Fuck, I don't know. It's a very, very close fight. I don't know. I can't. If it ended right here by decision, I couldn't go, it's a robbery. But the jabs that are landing, man, suck the gas out of you. Du Plessis is not looking good. People don't understand. Like, you talk about the jabs, like, that's what the jabs do to your face, like what you're seeing on the screen now. That isn't to say, man, Du Plessis is as tough as they come. And while his heart's beating, he's in there and he's throwing heavy leather, but the shots are landing, man. And the shots are landing pretty bad. And he's still got 10 minutes of fighting to do. And he'll be dangerous early on in this round after 1 minute rest. 53, 52, 51, 50. Oh, 1-2 lands by Strickland. Du Plessis throws a combination, still looking for that right hand over the top. Swings a big left hand. Nice jabs landing by Sean. Oh, little right hand on the counter lands by Strickland. Oh, little left hand lands by DDP. DDP goes looking for a single leg. Sean defends it. He's got nice work defending that by Sean. Oh, nice little right hand lands by Sean. Nice little jab lands by Sean again. Oh, right hand lands by Sean. Nice little right hand. Took it on the gloves, did Dricus. Dricus looking for that right hand over the top. Whoa, big right hand lands by Sean. Straight after he landed a jab. Nice leg kick lands by Dricus. Both men swing and miss. Sean's bloodied up. Swings short does Dricus. Dricus swinging hard for the fences. Oh, they exchanged. Sean landed. Sean landed again, so did Dricus. Nice leg kick lands by Dricus. The cut above Sean's head is making him bleed. And Dricus is very moused up. Whilst he keeps a high guard, the shots are still landing. The shots are still landing by Sean. Nice shots landed there by Dricus. Dricus is trying to come in. Sean gets a body lock. Dricus looking to try and get a takedown and does it. Secures a takedown in the 4th round. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean gets to the fence. He's trying to get up. There's 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Sean looking? Yep, he's defended the takedown. And I don't think Dricus is going to be able to hold him against the wall. Here, there's 2 minutes and 32 seconds to go. At this stage, I've got Dricus winning this round. So I don't know who's winning the fight overall. They're exchanging now. Sean's bloodied up. Dricus lands a big right hand. Another one landed by Dricus. Sean moving forward. Dricus lands 2 on Sean. 2 very good shots. And then Sean lands a right hand of his own on Dricus. Dricus throws a big left hand. They exchange again in the middle. There's 1 minute and 50 seconds to go in the 4th round. This is an eternity in the fight game. Dricus keeps coming forward. Goes looking for another takedown, does Dricus. The amount of effort that this guy can put on is incredible. It's just incredible. Sean does a good job. He gets back to his feet. The amount of energy that this guy is like exerting, it's ridiculous. Like it's a ridiculous amount of energy. So it's a very, very close fight. I don't know how people are scoring it. This round is definitely being won by Dricus, but he's expending a huge amount of energy to do it. And there's still a minute left in this round. And I do believe Sean, I don't think this round's gonna end here. Yeah. So let's go, Sean. You got 52 seconds to put it on him. Yep. He's gonna have to come forward because he's definitely losing this round. Both men are very, very tired. Oh, big uppercut lands by Dricus, but a big overhand right lands by Sean. There's 30 seconds to go in this round. $20 seconds to go. 14 seconds to go. Oh, big 1-2 land by Sean. Dricus takes it on the chin. Showing off fantastic chin does Dricus, and the ref gets in the middle. I don't know, man. I don't know. I had Dricus winning the round, then I saw Sean land those shots. I don't know. I'm surprised at the amount of effort that Dricus can keep putting on. But he's definitely slowed down. Some big shots landed. Big shot landed by Dricus and big shot landed by Sean. Boom! Right behind the ear. Good little grappling exchange. Dricus gets the takedown. Big right hand landed by Dricus there. It could be 2 rounds apiece. It could be. I just don't know how they are. What do you call it? How they scored it? It could be anyone's fight really at this stage. I think they both busted up. Very telling round here. Nice jab lands by Sean. Another jab landed by Sean. Dricus with jabs of his own. Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at the guys saying who they think. I don't know who's won this, who's been winning this fight. I have no idea. I tend to think Sean looked good as well. Like I can't. I'd say whoever wins this round will probably win it. Yeah, it'll have to be close to even. Nice right hand lands by Dricus. Goes looking for a left high kick. Does Dricus? Oh, fakes a shot, then goes over the top with some punches. Lands a nice jab down the middle. Does Dricus? Dricus is coming on in this round. There's 3 minutes and 59 seconds to go. I've got it even. Nice little right hand landed by Sean. Nice jab down the middle by Sean. But he's doubled the head strikes of Dricus just about. Has Sean. That's that's to me the story of the game as well, the story of the fight as well. Like Sean has landed a lot more shots on Dricus, and Dricus has swung for the fences. Dricus has gotten a couple of takedowns and landed a few big shots, but I find that, yeah, the way Sean's landing the jab now in this round is looking good. 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go. He's landing it. I think it is this round for the belt, as Jamal Hill says. Good, let it go, keep going. Nice jab lands by Sean again. Nice right hand over the top by Sean. Nice little jab lands by Sean. Dricus covers up and comes in. Goes looking for a left hand as Dricus. Sean gets out of the way. Sean lands a jab. Dricus goes looking for the left high kick again, throws a right hand over the top, partially connects on Sean, goes looking for the takedown, gets a takedown stuff. Sean moves away from him. 2 minutes, 29 seconds to go. Sean lands a little jab. Moving forward on Dricus. Lands another little jab. Lands a 1-2. Very, very small ones. They're not huge ones if you're not watching the fight. Lands a little 2 there on Dricus. Dricus landed a little hand on him as well. They exchange right hands. 1-2 landed by Sean. A big swing and a miss by Dricus. 1 minute and 58 seconds to go. They exchange right hands again. Neither one of them lands. Dricus is swinging a miss on a left hook. See, to me, Sean's winning at this stage, this fight. There's 1 minute and 27 seconds to go in round 5. Nice little right hand by Strickland. Nice little right hand by Du Plessis. Jab by Strickland. The pair exchange jabs. Nice leg kick by Du Plessis. Kick to the body by Du Plessis. Sean's coming forward now. There's 1 minute to go in this fight. It's anyone's fight. I can't tell you who won this fight. I wouldn't want to be judging it. There's going to be pissed off people. They're swinging for the fences. Sean Du Plessis swinging for the fences now. 46 seconds to go. Sean's got to go. Du Plessis could steal it from him. Little right hand lands by Sean. Sean with another right hand lands on Du Plessis. And another one. 30 seconds to go, and a 1-2 landed by Sean. Du Plessis lands it goes. Oh, 1-2 landed by Sean again. 25 seconds. Big right hand landed by Sean. Du Plessis is coming forward, but Sean landing more shots, and a knee by Sean. Du Plessis waves him on with 17 seconds to go. Sean's walking him forward with 14 seconds to go, and swinging for the fences is Sean with 10 seconds to go. They're coming forward. Sean keeps going. 7 seconds and a flying knee. 5 seconds. Du Plessis lands a shot. Right hand over the top by Sean and a push kick to the body. Du Plessis throws a jab, and I have to think that Sean won this fight. I don't think you can take the belt like this off this guy like that. Like, it was a phenomenal performance by Du Plessis. I don't disagree with it, but I don't think he won that fight. Like, if you know what I mean. It's not like I can't go, oh, shit, it was a robbery, but I don't think he won that fight like that. Like, looking at it, I don't think he won it. I think that Sean won that fight. But it was a fantastic fight. Very high level. A lot of things happening there. But I don't think Du Plessis won it. I think that he might win it like as a marketing ploy, but no, I don't see, like, he doubled the amount of shots landed to the head, like, and he landed some big shots as well. I think that's the story of the fight, what you're watching here, like the jab, the controlling of the space, Du Plessis hitting the takedowns but not able to do anything with them. Du Plessis landed some hard shots, but I can't even say, especially as the fight progressed, I can't say he landed the harder shots. Sean was always just out of the way kind of thing. See, like, he's always kind of just moving out of the way of the shots. And then Sean landed some good shots on Du Plessis as well. Du Plessis is tough as nails, man. Hard as nails. But I think that he'll get the win, and it'll set up the Adesanya fight. That's what I think will happen. Not a conspiracy theorist. That's just what I think. But I don't think he won that fight. Because I think, like, I don't think he won the last round, in my opinion. And he might have won 2 in the thing. And, yeah, I think Sean won 2. And I think Sean won that. But that's only, like, me, I'm watching the fight. I'm not judging the fight. You know, I'm not a judge. So I can only say what I think. That was a great fight. A great, great fight. Sean is a fucking problem, a handful. Irrespective. Like, Du Plessis is a monster. Don't get me wrong. He is an absolute monster. But Sean, fuck, mate, he's good. Let's see. I don't think yeah. Wow. Wow. Congratulations to Du Plessis. I've not seen that many close fights like that go to the other guy, but that's me. That's all I'm saying on it. I thought Strickland won, to be honest with you. I thought Strickland won. But not enough to like massively disagree with the decision. I just really, I don't know. I don't see it. So I missed a few people, obviously. I'm just going to miss a few. Stan Longanides. Just got a feeling Dricus might catch him early and win by stoppage. Hanoi Tripper says DDP will gas. Sean doesn't show damage for a white guy. Sorry, guys. I had to scoot through a few of them. Hey, Rob McKenzie made good on his bet. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Sir. Thank you so much. Okay, let me see. And now we have, let's go, Fab. I love you. I love you right back, Oliver Ekman. Joshua Kirstein says, brilliant, best commentary in the game and still. Thank you, sir. Sean landed way more. DDP got some takedowns but did nothing with them. Here comes a dodgy scorecard. That's how I feel about it. Everyone says, wow. Yeah, that's to me was like, I don't want to take stuff away from DDP because, I mean, he fought his heart out, but I'm going to do a dirty lies and statistics come Tuesday because I'm sure that Sean outstruck him like crazy, you know. So I don't agree with that decision, but the UFC doesn't care. They'll just move right along. So yeah, I definitely think that's the. I don't think he won that fight. I actually like looking back on it. I really don't think actually that he won the fight. I'd like to have another look at it. I don't think that either one of them did. I don't think a lot of them I think that neither one of them really hit each other flush to do huge amounts of damage. They're both banged up, and Strickland landed way more shots, and DDP did nothing with the takedowns. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look at it. Yeah, I don't see it. And it was a hard fight too, man. It was a fucking hard fight. So I don't even know how that's going to work. I don't even know how long you're going to be out for, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And I will catch you guys on Tuesday for the recap. Take care, guys. I will see you guys very soon. Yeah, that one you could see coming that it was going to be Adesanya and him in South Africa. But thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And I will catch you guys soon. Take care.